a lot of like contracts like this are kind of convoluted like this on purpose because you can argue in court in various ways how to get out of it and how to like actually own pieces of certain things if it's not specified that A, this is what I do, A, B, like, you know, like in these instances. So like like in one part of the contract it says that like in the universe in perpetuity, you know, and what that means is if anybody ever wanted to broadcast on Mars, like and that's an actual legal thing. Like that's an actual legal dilemma. So you have to say words like
I did
in the
say
universe,
originally legally it does stand up. Like I never denied it didn't legally stand up. And at this point in time, I know I'm contracted to do this. I'm just saying I do have the ability to fight it in court. Not that I'm going to. I'm not actually going to. Yeah. But I have the ability to win. I'm just not going to.
You don't have the ability.
I do have the ability to win, and I wish you would stop.
Yo,
I don't know why you're just doubting me, Logan.
Y'all talking a lot,
because I can become friends with Judge Judy because she lives over here and you can't.
Okay, first of all, Judge Judy is not a real judge, and I'm smarter than
she's a real lawyer. Actually, she is. She is a real judge. No, because
that's why she doesn't have an actual gavel. Like she's not actually a real judge.
Wait. Is that a thing?
I don't think that's a thing.
You're not legally. You guys don't even know this. Fuck. You're not legally allowed to have a gavel and bang the gavel unless you're 100% an accredited judge.
No, that's not why she doesn't have a gavel though. This is why Claire's going to lose in court because Judge Judy is a real judge, and the reason why she doesn't have a gavel and why she doesn't bang it is not because she's not a real judge. It's because when they film it
on TV,
it's not an actual session of court. They've already done the court case, so they're not doing a real court case in front of the cameras. So that's why she doesn't have a gavel. Yeah, you can't film inside courtrooms in a lot of the time, depending on what state you are in.
I was going to say because you can in Australia.
Are you guys looking up whether or not Judge Judy's a real judge?
Me? No,
I'm doing something else.
I'm just playing with my tassels on my pants.
That's horrible.
Me looking up like whether or not you were right about the gavel thing. Mitchell playing with tassels on his
like, this is fun. I see this as a complete win.
If you're just tuning in.
Oh, I did that today already. All right, fine. I'm sorry. I'm just saying y'all should take it to court. I think it'd be fun for the podcast. And you should record the day too.
Joking. I was never actually going to take it to court. I was just shitty that Logan doubted me.
I didn't
doubt you. You just brought it up and doubted me first, and then I defended myself.
You legit called him a stupid head and said, you're so atrocious.
Stupid head.
Your education system is so atrocious, I'll destroy your country. Which is an understandable thing to say, but still. Hey, man.
I ain't backing down.
Hey, man, it's not our fault our education is atrocious.
America struggles with the education part, okay? It's not my fault.
All right.
The rest of the world already thinks this. I'm just speaking the truth.
You know what?
Listen,
you know what?
Logan.
Fine. Wait,
how the fuck you spell again? Because, like, I need to write her a really angry letter, but I can't remember how to write right now.
Mitch.
Like, sorry.
It's fine. I don't need to know how to spell. We got the guns.
Goddamn straight. Oh, doggone.
That's America.
Yo, Claire's like, yo, come on, guys. Really? That's where you took it, guys? And yo, that's America.
I was about to get so nasty,
Logan,
but
you
held
want to
myself back. I was like, you don't have any kids.
If you're just tuning in.
Mitchell, I'm sorry.
What is going on right now?
I'm not like judging. I'm just like, damn.
I'm sorry.
If you're just tuning in.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Damn, Claire.
If you're just tuning in.
There are parents listening to the show, man.
I'm your host, Logan.
And I'm your co-star, Mitchell.
Shut up, Mitch. And this...
Yeah, he likes to be in control.
A lot. And this is the Milk and Toast podcast. And yes, we've started this show 3 times already, but it's all right.
Claire, that was so dark.
He's just loving on me because I'm the best person in the world. Don't mind him.
I'm your host, Logan, and I'm here with 2 of my best friends. Say hi to the people, Claire.
Hi, people. How are we?
Say hi to the people, Mitch. No, wait, Mitch. Wait, wait,
Mitchell,
pause, Claire. Wait, Claire, you can be upset, but wait, hold on. Mitch, you have to do that again because you've done that before on the show. So you have to find something else to do.
I haven't.
Yes, you have.
Victory screeched on the show.
Did that like in episode 2.
Wait, for the start though?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? I might have done that. Shit.
Yeah, you have to do it again. You have to do something different.
So the fact that I'm agreeing with him proves that you've done it.
Okay.
You have to do something different.
Okay, that's fine. I'll do something different. Hello, people listening to the Milk and Toast podcast. How are you all doing today?
Wow. And this is
Logan?
episode...
He knows the word hello.
and this is episode 7 of the Milk and Toast podcast.
It's gonna be. I don't know how good this one's gonna be. Guys.
Oh my god!
Yeah, why would you say that? Yeah, we're just
because I started off in a mood, and all Logan's done all morning is aggravate my ass.
He's perturbed the mood. Yes, I must
me.
concur.
I'm not shushing you. I'm just like
subconsciously.
He's like, stop giving them evidence. Damn it, damn it, woman.
It's like people don't need to know how trash I am.
He's like, I don't want to talk about this. Can we talk about something else? Can we do the show?
At the beginning of the show, can we talk about something nice?
I have something we could talk about.
Okay, but if it's antagonistic, I'm like moving to New York.
And you say that's so creepy.
I'm not sure what you mean.
You sound like Kabuto right now. You're just like
I love Kabuto.
I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, we're not going to talk about anime in the first 8 seconds of the podcast. We're not doing that again.
Listen, anime is one of our preferred subjects. Perhaps we should just talk about it.
Oh, so Mitch got a new microphone.
Yes.
Yes,
I did.
And that's why he's like being very creepy on the microphone. He loves the sound of his own voice, and I've just created a monster. So that's
I'm not sure what you mean whatsoever.
See? Yo, Mitch, why does your voice remind me of so like Mitch sounds like a vampire right now, which just reminded me of like Castlevania. Have you guys seen Castlevania?
I've seen all 4 seasons.
I have not.
You've seen the 4th season already?
I've seen it. You're not caught up?
No.
Y'all know this is anime, right?
I want to be caught up so bad.
Anime, right?
It's American anime, though.
It is.
Yeah, but I haven't seen it.
But American anime doesn't count, so it's okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
For these purposes, yes. But yes, I've seen all 4 seasons.
My Australian ass is so over you two right now, and you're American.
Okay. Well, shout out.
The morning we just had, and then you come at me with that, like I'm not going to get aggro. Like, fuck off.
So, you see, Claire, the thing you don't understand about America, and the thing the rest of the world doesn't Mitch, will you back the fuck up off the microphone already? God damn.
I'll do as I please.
The thing the rest of the world doesn't understand about America is that America isn't like a real country. It's an idea. It's like an idea of a country. And we're all just living on it, right?
You're right. That's why don't understand that.
Exactly. I know you don't understand because that's what I'm saying right now.
That's not real. What?
We're not living on a prayer.
It's not real.
We're living on an idea.
Alive?
Yeah.
How are you alive?
Exactly.
Wouldn't everybody like to know?
Yeah.
That's exactly what the world said when the country formed. They're not going to make it. They're not going to last. And then every single year afterwards was, how are they all still alive?
Yeah.
They literally keep killing each other.
Yes.
Or go to war all day.
Yes.
Why is the country still functioning? And honestly, it's the American people.
America, like, it's just trash. No offense.
Oh,
see,
don't
Claire,
you dare.
Claire says that, right? And
don't you dare.
You know, bless her heart. Claire says that, but like, you've never been to America, Claire. So you can't really
Wait, you haven't visited?
I think the actual landscape is beautiful, to be quite honest with you.
Well,
I think your land is absolutely gorgeous, and like your mountains and like how versatile your country is. I think that's gorgeous. I just think the people who inhabit it, minus a choice few, like 1,000 people.
God, wow, only a few thousand.
Only a few thousand. Wow, we're doing well.
Yeah.
We're doing good.
I guess so considering it's Claire after all.
Considering how big the country is, yeah, we're doing good. If it's only a couple thousand, I piss her off.
No, it's a couple thousand that I can tolerate.
That she's gonna let live.
Yeah, right.
It was you for now.
Oh man,
right, you were one of them. You were the 1001. No, anymore.
Well, damn.
You.
No, I mean it's
so much
tough, Claire. Like,
just struggle. I'm kidding. I just struggle with how y'all think you're this big superpower, and then people buy into that.
Are we not?
Do you know how stupid they are?
Wait, hold on. You can call us stupid, but we're not a superpower?
No.
Logan, it's funny you say we as if you're part of that superpower.
I'm fucking American. I am American.
No, but that's not what people mean when they say America's a superpower.
What do you mean?
Talking about all your celebrities and your movie power. And
all that's crap. What you were talking about? Okay, because that's not just a superpower at all.
That's real too. Yeah,
shit is bullshit. Your politics, your country is divided in two halves of people that are just constantly Logan, fighting, but never finding a solution.
Yeah, wait, hold on.
We should have that talk as well now.
There's 3 different really good talks there, all over the place in this one. Wait, Mitch. What do you mean that I'm not a part of the superpower? What the fuck does that mean?
So one, when we refer to America as a superpower, as we do with other countries like Russia, like China, like Britain, we're talking about the country's effect on the rest of the globe, either politically, financially, or in terms of military power.
Sure.
Which, in terms of military power, that's the reason America's a superpower, really.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean? So you're like, yeah, we are superpower. And it's like, I'm not that superpower. I'm not out here trying to terrorize the globe. I don't have the money to take care of myself on that level. I don't have political pull and influence like that. I don't even want to be in that fucking scheme of things. I'm tired of America being the superpower that it is because it's causing all these fucking problems. But did you just mute yourself?
And I'm trying to tell you to back up. You're
okay. Sorry, no, I was dead.
Listen, I know what it's like to have the first time with your mic. I know.
Yo, wait, hold up, Logan.
It feels good,
now let me
right?
get this out. Let me get this out. I'm gonna have the close. No. I need to have the close R&B moment real quick.
No, you're dumb.
All right, hold up. I'm gonna hit y'all up real soon. Talk about America's superpower. Know what's got to do. I'm gonna hit you to you anyway. Talk about it anyway.
Oh shit! Is this the comeback?
You know what I'm saying?
Is this the
no? This was the
comeback of Lynette.
You know the middle break in the R&B song when he just takes the moments, just talks to the mic.
Listen. If you're not gonna come back and give us another mixtape, I don't want to hear it. So back up.
Well, I mean, if you wanted bars, I could give you the bars, bro. I'm just like,
no, you had your chance.
Now. All right. Yo, it's okay. It's gonna come.
Listen, when it comes to being a superpower, I understand what you're saying.
That's all I meant. You know, what I mean?
I get it, but here's what infuriates me. On some level, I agree with all of our problems here at home, right? But Claire's not even a foreigner. She's just because she's not here, so we can't call her a foreigner. She's not. We can't call her a foreigner because she doesn't live here or she's not actually physically here. So she's at home where she should be, right? So I can't call her foreign.
From gun violence.
Yeah, right. But
okay, Claire. Damn, Claire.
That's fucked up. That's not right.
I mean that one I can't be mad at her for that one.
Anyways, Claire is
and that's the best part.
Claire's off in her little, kangaroo island or whatever.
Yeah.
And so
oh God, here we go.
So
somebody's got to be the gross
What
American.
gets me a little riled up is that not that I'm super Captain America myself, but
no, because that's me.
You think you're Captain America?
No, I'm just playing. We all know I'm playing.
All right, I was about to say. Listen, Mitch. Mitch, have you ever been outside the country?
Yep, multiple times.
Where?
I've been now to Haiti, Dominican Republic. I've been to Canada. I just haven't been overseas yet.
When you were in, when you were in DR, right?
Yeah.
Were you Haitian or were you American?
Wow, that's a good question. And I was American. I didn't realize it. And then we talked to all the residents there about how I was Haitian, but when I pulled up, I was speaking English. So in their eyes,
so
I was American.
They thought you were American first, right?
Yep.
So that's what I mean. Is that when you get off and you step on somebody else's soil, you're American, right? When I went to France, right?
You went to France?
I tell this story to you so many times, and you saw the picture of me with the fucking Eiffel Tower and everything after I went to France.
All right, I like that picture. Yeah, all right. Well, carry on.
Yeah, you see how fake Mitch is? He liked the picture too. When we went over there, right? We're a black family in France, right? There's no reason for them to think we're American, right? But for some reason, whatever your essence is, they know you're American, right? I don't know if we're too loud or whatever, but they know. They know. Even when my dad wasn't around, when he's the loudest of all of us, they still knew, They still knew we were American, right? And here's the thing about that. They treat you a certain way. And so it's like you kind of get a kind of appreciation for your country a little bit, and then you kind of have to defend it because they force you to. Every other place in the world forces you to be an American because that's the country you're from. And it's just the same way we treat foreigners is where anybody treats any foreigner, really. Is that like if you're a French person, you come to Florida, we're going to treat you like a French dude, right? And so like my thing about that is I hear you about the whole military industrial complex thing, right? But on some level, I'm like, fuck them, because I mean, yeah, as soon as I go to France, everybody's fucking rude. Everybody's just mean to me because I'm an American. So what the fuck am I supposed to do? Not like that we're like the number one superpower in the world and that like nobody can't say shit to us? Like, what am I supposed to do about that?
Oh, someone's mad that people don't like them outside of their country and a little upset when the French spit on them a little bit.
It's even more fucked up because the French, you know what's even more fucked up about that? The French act like they're enlightened, right? But at the same time, I'm a black American. Like, if you're so enlightened, you should treat me better, right? Like, give me a fucking break. I shouldn't have to get the same shit that I got in America over there too.
They might be, bro. The Parisians hate Americans, I hear. But to be honest, I don't blame France for hating America at all, to be honest.
We saved them twice.
And ever like respectfully talk to them at all.
You always go on about how great America was in the Second World War. Y'all didn't join the party till 2 years after it started.
Doesn't matter. Listen, the popular kids joined the party late. The popular kids joined the party late.
Who think they're popular are the popular kids. No one else in the world cares about popularity, Logan. Only America.
That shit got popping after we joined up. It's like
I'm gonna have to disagree with that statement in terms of popularity.
Do you know who was helping France and who France loves more than anything?
Who?
Australia. Because Australia was in the war from we were. We're in there digging, getting people out. Okay? We are the popular kids. Yeah, we're diggers. That's our bit. We dig and we get people out by like not being scared to get our nails dirty, bitches.
You know how I know Australians aren't the popular kids? You know how I know? Because you guys don't have Leonardo DiCaprio. So sorry, but
we have Hugh Jackman. We have Nicole Kidman.
They do have Hugh Jackman though.
How many Hugh Jackmans do you have?
A lot.
One. There's only one.
Exactly. They got one.
We have Margot fucking Robbie. We have
who?
Fucking
Wait, Margot's yours?
Robbie. You know your girl crush?
You got two.
Yeah, that bitch. She's Australian.
You got two people.
I thought she was. Fuck. All right.
We have Nicole Kidman. We have Keith Urban. We have fucking so many people. I thought we had Russell Crowe, but apparently he's New Zealand, so I'll let them have that because I don't want to take from New Zealand. They're my brother. But
don't you mean Carl Urban?
No, his name's Keith Urban, homie.
No, it's Carl.
I know his name.
You nerds don't know your nerd shit? It's Carl Urban. Go look it up right now.
I'm not talking about that guy. I'm talking about Keith Urban, the country singer that made it big in America.
He's Australian?
Yes.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
Anyway, like I was saying.
Okay, and we have like literally every other celebrity in the world, so that's all that.
No, you don't. Half of them are English and you just steal them.
Whoa. First off, they came here. Don't say that. Yeah. I want to get off this, but don't you say that they came here. Okay, and I'm thankful for each and every single one.
No, they came there, and then you instantly claimed them as American when they weren't. Half of them still prefer to live in England.
I can't believe Claire's done this and made me like defend America. Like I
can't believe you're still like because I don't have
she's like
well, America sucks. So.
It just like hurts more when she says it. Like if Mitch said America sucks, I wouldn't care. But if
because I was born here
so much, is it because I've never been there?
I mean, I'm not going to actually care.
Because you're a foreigner and you've never been here. You
don't actually know the struggle. There's no reason for me to be incensed by this slogan. Man the fuck up, man.
What do you mean?
Jesus Christ,
I don't know the struggle.
No, I'm saying that there's no reason to be offended. Claire's just speaking what is for her the truth about how she feels about the country. There's no need for me to be bothered by this.
Like, has Claire ever hear about all the crap?
Has Claire ever had like an American burger or hot dog in American soil?
That's not
like
that's
no, and
not
I never would because your meat
makes so many things worth it. It makes so many things worth it.
Do you know how much of your meat is horse meat? Do you know how much cannibalism is allowed in your fucking circuiting?
Okay,
it's
that's not
your
what I wanted to talk about.
Trash.
So. It's great trash. It's the best trash in the world that you could ever.
Been to America.
You know that's the best thing about America.
that she couldn't. She
I can't stand this conversation
when she went to a Denny's because there was actually vegetable there. She said that her kids who loved burgers and fries and pizza and shit, were so happy they went to a Denny's because they actually got vegetables for the first time in the 3 weeks that they were there. She was going on about how trash your food was. So you can't sit to me and say how good it is.
Vegetables when you're in America.
Because we need them because they're healthy for you.
No, and as an American, you don't need vegetables.
I don't know how you're alive. I don't know how you're alive.
If you're listening
because we're an idea. Because we don't exist. I'm trying to say.
So if you're listening right now, you're seeing the two varying sides of America. You're getting your side that prefers to die quickly through eating trash food and gets angry and bothered when people shit on the country. And then you're seeing the other side who's like, listen, I know what the problems are. I ain't got to be concerned of what other people think the problems are. I have to live through this shit. I ain't concerned about someone else saying my country shit. I got to deal with my country being shit. Y'all don't even know how shit it is. I'm fixing this shit. What the fuck y'all doing?
I love you, Mitchell. That's
I'm trying to fix this shit. The fuck y'all doing?
That response I can accept way more than Logan's.
No, I like that part. Because I think I think both parts are important, and I think that
both parts are definitely part of America.
No, I think both parts are important because you need people that actually like the country to make the country better. To be I think what happens is people get confused that they say that if you criticize your country, it means you don't love your country, and I don't believe that at all. I think that if you criticize your country, it means you love your country the most. You know what I mean? Because if you're criticizing it and you want to fix it, then that means that you see a problem and you want to fix it so that it can be better for your country and for the rest of us. You know, so I think that's real patriotic type shit. You know what I mean? That's really cool. But you also need people that are hey, we actually like this shit too, you know? And then I feel for some reason people think that shouldn't coexist. So it's more popular in conservative circles to be outright and say oh yeah, fuck yeah, America, we love this shit, you know? And then it's more popular in liberal circles to be no, America's broken. How can you love this shit? When and then liberals will advocate for things that fix America. You know what I mean? And then conservatives will advocate for things that kind of keep it the way it is. And then everybody's fighting the wrong battle at that point.
Did you just turn this into a political discussion?
It is a political discussion. It is. It was political from the beginning when we were talking about America versus Australia. That's fucking political
When
shit.
were we talking about America versus Australia, you idiots?
When we was fighting.
No, you both just got angry for no reason. Are doing exactly what the global elite wants you to.
We got angry because...
No, you're both slaves to the system right now, and I'm disappointed in you both.
Shut up.
I'm disgusted.
I know. Fuck you.
I can't even look at you.
Got angry because I get so annoyed at Logan getting so defensive when he's spoken to me about the struggle. And you can't sit there and complain to me about how terrible your country is while I'm reading about how terrible country is. And the news is telling me about how terrible your country is and how sad I get looking at what your country does to your people, and then me being I hate your country. It does shit things to you, and you being no, my country's great. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
It doesn't make sense to me.
No. I'm gonna tell you why. It's if you lived in a house, right, and you had a leaky roof and the gutters were kind of falling down because there was too many leaves or some shit.
Your house is shit, and you'd be yeah, it is.
No, that's fucked up. You can't tell somebody their house is shit.
That's
Claire's fucked up.
That's fucked up. Yeah,
Claire's. I don't know why we're on. I'm we know Claire's fucked up, bro. That's why when she did the joke with the gun, she's yeah, well, you won't have any kids to use them. I was Claire. Claire, and she was all right.
I was a lot.
I feel bad because I mentioned the kids, but I was Claire.
Yeah, I do feel bad about that. I shouldn't have said that. I do know that.
Joke,
but it was a great joke. I'm incredibly funny, but I'm a horrible person.
Yes.
And I'm sorry about that. But I've already spoken on the podcast about how I have issues. Y'all know I have issues.
My point is,
we all got issues, man.
We're talking over each other so much.
We all got issues.
We're so hype. I think we're just really hype right now.
With no tissues to cry into. Y'all want to get the blues going?
Mitch loves.
We got issues.
I'm vibing.
With no tissues to cry into.
Yes, Mitchell.
Oh shit, my mic done fell. Oh God, will I fail? I got issues with no tissues to cry into, and I might just bail. So, all right, what's it like in Australia then? All right, I
What's
didn't
it like
mean
in Australia then?
But I got the mic now, so I had to act
Well,
the
like,
fool.
listen, like Claire talks about how much Australia sucks like all the time, but I would never say like, wow, yeah, Australia sucks.
I wouldn't care if you did though.
That's fucked up. Like I wouldn't do that because that's your home.
Yeah, but that's your business. That's
Logan,
not my opinion. I ain't out
heart.
here telling you what to do, so don't tell me what to do. Also, I don't care if you say that Australia sucks. It does suck. And if you did say Australia sucked, I'd say at least we have like food and no gun. Like, I know how to defend myself without being all emotional about it. Like I don't care that
much. How you gonna emasculate him on the podcast?
Sorry.
And that's not even a true statement. So fuck you, Claire.
What's not a true statement? Go on. Oh, no, wait, what?
We're not gonna go there. We're not gonna.
Oh, wait.
Anyways, what I was gonna say is no, because I'm gonna be mean, and then people are gonna be like, "Logan, you're mean. You shouldn't have seen them." And everybody can say any mean shit to Logan.
But
and it's
yours,
just like, you know,
Logan.
whatever. So we're not gonna
no
go there.
one's fault but yours.
You have
you're
been feeling
mean, that's your
personally
business.
attacked lately, bro. You okay? You want to talk? Have you noticed that guy Logan's been feeling really when he's literally for the past like 6 episodes attacked everyone else, but now he's all like,
I'm very defensive.
Why is everybody attacking?
I don't really
He is
attack.
hella defensive. That's why I'm not upset. Like I'm actually not upset. I'm a little hype and honestly a little over energetic and a little aggressive. But like I'm not upset. I'm not actually upset.
All I was trying to say was that like I get where Claire's coming from. Like how can you defend your country after you say it's so horrible? And it's like, yeah, I get it. I said my house was horrible, but you can't say my house is horrible. Like shit. Like
why not though? I don't understand. Like,
why not? Because there's a difference.
Dumbass,
well, okay, listen, even if I whittle it down to myself, if I was like, wow, man, I need to get my shit together. And then you'd be like, yeah, you're
Look,
like,
if you needed to get your shit together, though, I would tell you need to get your shit together. I am that friend. Like, I ain't backing down from this. I don't see a problem with being honest with people. You can't complain to me with the truth. Oh,
there's a way. No, there's a way you never
There's difference between being rude and being emotional. Like,
no, there's a way you can tell everybody and criticize other people. But we have to, on some level, realize what's our shit and what's other people's shit. Like, I've lived here my whole life. Like, people say Florida, just Florida. We don't even have to do the whole country. Just Florida is shit.
I know.
Right?
How much do I pick on Florida to you? Like, I always pick on Florida to you.
And, like, I love Florida, you know? With all of its problems. I know
a lot of people who are from Florida that love Florida. I don't get it, but that's okay.
Because we're from here. This is your home. Like, even when I go up to New York, Florida would still be my home. You know what I mean? So it's like...
That's true.
I wear flip-flops everywhere, whether it's winter or not. You know what I mean? So it's just like, this is my home. I love this place, you know? But is everything like fucked up here? Of course. But... Like, I would hope that one day it won't be fucked up. Like, I vote properly. You know what I mean?
I'm of the sound belief that home is where you make it. Like, I love the idea of just being on the move. I never really had a proper home when I was a kid, and we moved all around the state. Like, there's no specific place in Victoria that is my home. Like, I have a home, but like, I don't have somewhere that's like home to me, you know, because I never got that. I never was like in one place for that long. So maybe I just don't understand. But to me, it's just sort of like you make your home. You don't have your home, and you don't need, and like you defend your home in the most literal sense. You don't need to go out there emotionally worrying, like not worrying, but like warrioring for a place that's just a piece of dirt. Like that's just where you are now. That's like soon New York's going to be your home. Like it's just ridiculous to me to care so much about a piece of dirt. Like it's just
not
dirt.
Just a piece
it's just
of
where
dirt.
you're standing.
No,
like,
it's
beautiful dirt.
I don't believe
I think
that.
it's lovely dirt. I think America has beautiful dirt.
Yeah, to you. That's what I don't believe that. I think that like, you know, home is a real place. I think like
I've never had that, and that's what I explained.
Well, yeah, so that's why you can't tell people that like it's just a piece of dirt for what they have. That's what I mean.
I just think they don't understand.
No, it's not that.
They just put an emotional connection to a piece of dirt. I just don't think that's...
Darling, you just said it, though. You just said that you've never had an emotional connection to some dirt.
Yeah,
so how can you say that you shouldn't have an emotional connection?
No, but that's how I know it's ridiculous that you do, because I've never had that, so it doesn't matter.
That's like saying...
Wait, it doesn't matter to you.
Yeah, I know. That's fucked up. That's like saying...
I'm just saying I can see something that you can't see because you're blinded by an emotional connection.
No.
Well, I can see both because I'm not blinding by an emotional
connection. What you're saying is like, I've never had an emotional connection to a dog, so I just don't get get why people like are into dogs. And it's like once you had a dog and it's like your dog, like really your dog, then you're not going to get it.
Are you really equating a dog to a piece of dirt, like to a piece of land?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Do you see how ridiculous that is? A dog is a living, breathing animal. I care about all breathing animals.
The land lives.
The plants in the land live.
For fuck's sake. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I just think it's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, but there's life all around you. Don't you want to see more life? Don't you want more emotional connections to other pieces of life?
I do, but like, listen, literally when I was in France, like for a week,
complicated question.
For a week, it was too much. It was like too much because I just needed to be home. Like I needed to be home.
I don't have that problem at all. I think that's ridiculous. It's France. It's beautiful. How about instead of sucking about wanting to be home, just immerse yourself in the culture?
Because there was a lot of things that were wrong with France, to be honest, and that was why I wanted to go back. Like, and some of them were it was wrong, and then some of it wasn't wrong. Some of it was just things that were just like inhospitable to me. Like, for example, like the cup sizes, or like I can't live there like that. Like,
I think that's the problem I have with Americans is if it's not your exact way you want it, if it's not the way you think it should be, then it's not right. And that's not how it is, because you're literally just yelling at me. But then I went back home. No, but you're yelling at me for how like me doing the apparently the exact same thing when you're literally doing that when it comes to everything else, like from the other perspective. Yeah, because you're saying, because I don't understand what it's like to love like home. Yeah. I don't know what it like, I don't understand. But what you don't understand is what it's like to love being immersed into something different, to actually love
I can understand that.
I'd be like, oh my God, it's so small. It's cool. Like, I don't care about myself to the point where I need a jug of soft drink. Like, it's not that important.
But no, Sarah, damn, I did that again.
Wow.
Is she still right next to her?
No, she left. And she left? Listen, hey, I love my girlfriend, so she's always on my brain. So that's what happened. Anyways, so
good save,
Cole,
good save.
yeah, this guy's good. So Claire, what I was saying was, because that exists for you, I'm not going to invalidate that and say that, no, you need a home, you need a real place to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the point.
That's the point. That's my point. Is that the lack of home does not invalidate what it's great to be about. What it's great to have a home, and the having a home does not invalidate what's great about not having one. Like living that nomadic lifestyle if you wanted to, or not living that nomadic lifestyle. Both of these things can coexist and be valid on their own.
Wait, what? Why did you bring up? It's not about a nomadic lifestyle. She just doesn't.
Well, no, because I was just trying to find a word period for that.
Look,
you know what I mean?
I'm willing to let this go. I don't want to keep.
Yeah, we should
this conversation going for too much longer, but I just want to quickly say, I just want you to be aware that a lot of people feel this way about America, and I think we just get frustrated. No, I'm not trying to start shit. I'm just saying it. I just think we get frustrated at you guys being so defensive of it, but it not changing. Because
what the fuck else are we supposed to do? I don't understand
Can I finish my sentence, Logan? For fuck's sake, you're so rude sometimes when you can't do that shit.
Ooh, spicy Claire.
Oh, his face right now. I'm in trouble.
Keep on going.
But I just want to say, I just think we get frustrated, and that's why I kept pushing it, because I just feel like you defend it, but you don't, like, it feels like you don't change. You know what I mean? Like, from the outside, because you're right, we are the outside perspective. Mm-hmm. All these other countries are outside looking at you and being like, what the fuck is happening in there? Like, why is this happening? And, like, I don't know. I know it's not all on one man. Like, I don't expect Logan to go out and save America in one day. Like, I know it's not like that. It's just weird. We just don't understand.
Well, the thing is, you're gonna, like, anybody's gonna be like, if somebody was like telling me all the flaws Sarah had, I'm gonna get upset. You know what I mean? Because I'm with this person. Well, I love this person. Of course, this person is imperfect, but like I'm here with them. You know what I mean? So it's I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what it says about me, but I'll attack your house, but I would never attack, like, Sarah. But I think that's because Sarah has feelings. Like, Sarah would be
I'll declare war on your land and try to claim it for myself, but I would never take your woman.
I'm just trying to explain myself. I'm just trying to explain the difference between a dog and Sarah and a house and then land.
Logan, that's 3,
to me, a house and land doesn't have emotions or feelings. It's just a place to me. I don't see a connection there. That's all I was trying to say. Anyway, let's move on. What else do you guys want to talk about?
Well, maybe we could talk about the disconnect or why the fact of land matters so much to America. But I mean, it depends. For Australians, it's different. For us, there's a history of having to fight for it so long. For us, there's a history of black people having to become free just to get it. For us, for Hispanic people having to get workers' rights on farms to get it.
I mean, I'm sure there's some Australians out there that feel that way.
To fucking get it, you know what I mean? And there's probably that.
Land is also.
I'm not speaking for all Australians when I say.
I know. I'm just saying, like, perhaps you can understand it on that level, but for us, it there is that history to it, that importance to it. But in general, I think that's a global thing. Because for you, it's just you as an individual. You don't connect with that way. I don't consider a home my house, but my home has been built in my house. Because for me, a home is the people I'm around. That's home. But where's the home? Where's home base? Where does home set up? That's the purpose of the house, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes to build a house, you need land. And in America, it's been a bitch to get land to build a house. And so people really treasure that. You know, that kind of bleeds down into the culture as generations go by.
Land is also important in America because land represents freedom. And so like here, that's what land represents. So like when anybody has a piece of it, it means that like if you actually own some land, that means that it's revolutionary shit, because like it used to be like prior to America and like just like maybe an age before then, it used to be like only certain people could own land. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like if only certain people could own land, and then you have like a peon that can like buy land by himself and like put a stake on it and be like, yo, this shit is mine. That's a big deal. That's a real big deal, that you don't have to be like a lord or like some type of like, I don't know, royalty to own like your own shit. You know,
which
so like
was the ruling of the country we descended from, who's like, we're sick of this shit, which is the other reason. And it's because of that, there's such a disconnect between America and the rest of the world, which is my least favorite part about being American. Because it's we need to split from Europe, but then a lot of shit changed. Like, I don't care about the customary system anymore at all. I think it's complete idiocy that we don't use the same metric system that we use in science anyway.
I don't like the metric system. I'm fine.
I mean, it's simpler in it, and I think it works. But see, you all defensive. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that like we only like
listen. I'm only defensive on like the good things about America. I'm not defensive on like racism or some shit. Like like we should keep it white or like I'm not like that guy. Like I like there's it's just like simple conveniences that I like. You know what I mean? Like like hot dogs and the way we measure things. You know what I mean? Like
hot dogs and the way we measure things. He says, both of which are horrible things if you ask me. But hey. Let's let it rock.
Let's keep the inches and the feet. That's all I care about. Like,
but yeah, man, it's different. But there's a disconnect between us and the rest of the globe, and it's just been like that. There wasn't anybody else out there to help us. Our issue with France, I can't blame France for helping us. France was a part of helping us create the country, and then over the years, it was like, fuck you, France. For real, that's literally the history. I mean, I ain't a historian. Go open a book though.
It's true, because
France helped us create the country.
True,
fuck
because
you, France.
Like we took advantage of Napoleon for like the Louisiana Purchase and everything. Like,
bro, France rightfully is just like, nah. America from day one just been like,
that land was bought mad cheap. Okay,
bro. I think they gave us the Statue of Liberty. I'm pretty sure, bro.
Sure did.
Like they've been gifted. They've been around helping us since day one, and there's literally. So anyway,
you know what the best part about this podcast is? I can talk shit about the French all I want, and it's not really a reflection about Americans or anything, because I'm half Haitian. So fuck you. So like, you know what I mean?
Also fair, but you don't gotta be that aggressive about it. Yo, we gave them that L, bro.
I just hate your attitude, Logan. I just get so.
We gave him an L already. Just let it go. There's no more hate between Haitians and France. I mean, we want that money back.
Yes, give us our fucking money back.
He wants that money back. So yeah, it was a lot, and you fucked a lot of shit up. Because we do still want that money back. But ain't no beef. You know, you held that L. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it didn't help us none.
Talking about an apology.
You still held that L.
How about you apologize to my wallet? Fuck you.
Haiti could have been Wakanda out here, bro.
It sure could have.
I don't even get me started, bro.
Okay.
Don't even get me started.
Cool.
What we want to move on to, though, I'm good on this. You know what I'm saying?
Mitch, why don't you start us off? What do you want to talk about self-defense? How do we defend ourselves?
I'll do that. But first off, I just want to remind the globe.
When he was working out last pod.
Yeah, I know. That's the best part.
I mean, a good place to start. But anyway, for all my people across the globe, whether you're in whatever part of America you are, West Coast, East Coast, Central, or in Australia, whether you're in China, whether you're in Europe, and of course, if you're in Africa, you know what I'm saying? It's all love, man. Ain't no differences between us, really. I mean, there's a lot, but we can overcome them, and you know what I'm saying? Be good to each other, love each other like we should, as we should. Ain't got to be no hate anywhere. Fuck you, Logan. All right. So anyway, self-defense.
No, I'm kidding. That's not. No, I don't mean that. I'll edit that out. I'm sorry.
Where does self-defense start with you guys?
No, fuck you, Mitch. I just asked you. What the hell?
I'm engaging, bro. I'm engaging.
No,
I can't
you're not
engage
engaging.
with you. You don't have to answer long. Answer one word. Where does self-defense start with you?
This is your topic, man. Listen, you wanted to talk about how people fight.
All right, cool. It's not about fighting. It's about defending. First off, you fucking American
you're gonna
scumbag.
Self-defense without punching me back?
No, but that's not necessarily antagonizing you or fighting. That's defending myself and putting you down if need be to keep you from hurting me or someone else.
Ain't that a fight?
Shut up, Logan. So anyway, self-defense. So where does self-defense start? We like to think it begins with, I got to work out and get strong. I got to learn how to use moves. But actually, it starts up here in your brain, in your mind.
Is this like you doing your Bruce Lee thing or something?
No, but self-defense, Bruce Lee, that martial arts training has been very helpful. Because the fact of the matter is, people are so afraid to even approach other people sometimes because they feel someone might hurt them. You know what I mean? People feel very small.
That's true.
No, Logan, some of us aren't trying to antagonize everyone to get their way. You fucking psychopath. Go get some help.
No, I mean,
we just want to see you better, bro. We just want you to be better, all right? We just want you to be better.
I'm just saying, maybe you should be careful.
We just want you to be better, Logan.
Maybe you should be careful.
You to be better.
Be careful. That's all I mean.
Be careful. Everyone's usually careful, but needless to say, sometimes you'll find yourselves in situations that you don't want to be in, where it would be a lot better if you could protect yourself rather than having to rely on somebody else protecting you. And where does that start? Looking within yourself and making that conscious decision to make yourself into the person that can protect themselves, which is why I say start out in your mind. I'm a dude who's been jumped before, and I'll tell you the story because I think the experience can be helpful.
When were you jumped?
Like 4 years ago. No. I will get to the story first, but I'll tell the story. But it was about 4 years ago, and I'll tell the story in a little bit.
Damn.
But nonetheless, it all starts up here, bro. And if I had been thinking in a certain way,
goddamn.
No, it's okay. It happened a while ago.
This story's amazing.
I haven't even told you yet.
I'm fucking amazed.
Just wait till you hear the story. But if I had been in a different
Mitch, you got to get a little.
space,
Mitch, wait, hold on. You got to get a little. You gotta get a little closer. It's gotta get
a little closer now. I thought I was being too loud.
Yeah, you're too like far. I don't know how you got into outer space.
That's so funny. No, that's good. This better?
That's a lot better, actually. Cool.
But no, if I had been in a certain mental space at the time, I might have been able to handle the situation entirely better and just been a lot better afterwards. But I wasn't in that space. You know what I mean? So the fact of the matter is, I was physically there, though. Thank God for that. Good thing I keep myself in good shape. So about 4 years ago, I was coming back from a homie's house. The homie's house is about a 20-minute walk from me. I take the walk all the time. It was late. A lot of the times he likes to take me home. Offered to take me home this night, but he's my homie, and I looked at him, and he was super, super tired. I was like, bro, I walk all the time. I'm in the mood. Fuck it. No issue. Go to sleep. I want you to get your rest, bro. You're busy all the time. You ain't got to do that. I'm on my way walking home. It's just a 20-minute walk. Walking home. 10 minutes in, some girl comes walking up on the sidewalk, and she stops to ask me for directions. She's like, yo, do you know where this certain bus is? For all my people out in Valley Stream or Elma, she was looking for the N4. So I was like, yeah, I know where the bus is. And I turn around to show her where the bus is. And I'm like, yeah, if you just go up this way towards the street, keep rounding about the curve, you'll eventually get to it as long as you just keep walking straight. And then immediately turn around to leave because it's late. So I immediately go, and then two dudes come out the bushes. Man, my positive ass didn't even think about two men showing up out of the bushes out of nowhere. It was strange. Because I'm the type of dude who's used to, listen, my first time in New York, I was walking through the Bronx for auditions at for shoots at 2 a.m. in the morning, as if I've lived in the neighborhood my whole life. Because I was like, what's going to happen? And nothing happened there because, people aren't as scummy as we like to make it out to be. Although this time.
It's because he was lucky. Let's not do that to people. You shouldn't just walk around the Bronx.
Yes, because I was lucky. All right, you're right. These people, though. These people were particularly scummy. So they pop out and I'm thinking, oh, that was weird. Where'd they come from? But, just let them pass or whatever. I know, but because in my mind, they didn't just pop out. They must have been walking. I was like, they must have been walking.
Oh, Mitchell.
So they step out. Dude rushes me, hits me in the mouth as hard as he can. And so the girl pulls me down, which I only realized afterwards. Because when the dude hits me, I'm not stupid. I started backpedaling. I was like, yo, what the fuck? I'm athletic. I was like, whoa, what the fuck's going on here? She pulls me down. And the two dudes, they come in and everyone starts like trying to stomp me out. So I'm sitting here like just flailing for my life, fucking screaming. I turn around on my back. One of the dudes hits me twice in the back of the head. And I'm just trying to get up on my feet, get them the fuck off me, fend for myself. I get back up and like turn around just to like throw up some kind of defense. And they just take off running with my cell phone and like headphones. Damn, didn't get anything else. Didn't get my wallet. Didn't get my keys. But yeah, they just take off running. Now, here's the thing. I was in this mental space. No. I was scared out of my damn mind, Logan.
Yeah.
These three people just jumped me in a neighborhood that I thought I was safe in. And I immediately go from being like, I didn't even register being like mugged. I was like, oh my God, a gang's out to get me. Fuck. How many men are out right now? Every time a car passed, I was like, who's coming next? That is sus as fuck.
Like, she set that up. Like, she
it was obviously
some, like,
I know, but Claire, he said a whole gang was out.
No, I thought a whole gang was out there. I thought I got set up.
Why would you have a hit? Why would you have a hit on you?
I don't know, Logan. My brain wasn't exactly functioning at its best then.
I'm sorry, excuse me. Would you like me to, prick?
Let me just grab a time machine, pull out my past self and be like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? Since I've been wanting to do that this entire time. But, I wasn't even in a space to feel like I could defend myself, even though I just finished defending myself against three people. But I wasn't thinking like, oh, I could fight them. I was like, I got to get to safety, some shit. So it starts up here. You know what I mean? Who you are in your head, what you're willing to deal with, what you're willing to take. You know what I mean? And then we get to physical aspects of things, how people train themselves and how you build yourself up. And that's also a mental battle sometimes. And all of these tools we have at our disposal, this physical body doesn't have to be this lackadaisical fat machine not being used for any like function. You know what I mean? It can be used to defend yourself if you know how, if you're willing to learn how. And if you're willing to push through the things that you may feel when the time comes for you to defend yourself or to defend someone else important to you. You know what I mean? And the reason I said that's so important for women right now, the reason I brought it up is just because we're living in a world that's been beating women down for so long. And it's like enough is enough. If I have a daughter, you better believe I'd rather she was able to defend herself against a man that tried to attack her than actually be raped that night. Do you understand what I mean?
I think this is a hard subject when we start bringing women into it.
Well, it's not about shame, though. That's the thing. Because I do know, and it's not about shame on either or. It's not the woman's fault. It's the attacker's fault each time. Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, how have we been bringing up women? You know what I mean? It's not as if we've been putting them at the focus as all people should be. We should be doing the best for all people as best as we can.
I don't know what the argument is for whether or not a woman should have any type of learning and self-defense about.
There is no argument. That's her choice. I just personally, I'm a proponent of
what I was going to say was that I'm not a woman and I can't speak to that. Like, I don't know. It'd be nice if we had a woman to speak to that.
Don't do that.
I'm kidding. But
I would never tell anyone in general.
What would be your thoughts about that, Claire? Because I wanted to ask you respectfully, what were your thoughts about it? Because I hear all the time that like a guy like Mitch will say, why we should just like make sure that women are trained to do this and that.
That's not what I said.
Wait. I'm just saying that. Well, it's a little bit.
Keep going. I'm kidding, bro.
Oh, okay. It's fine. Well, like they'll say, I was really fucking confused just then. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's what he said. Damn, bro,
yeah, that serious.
I'm easy. I try to tell you, I'm like really easy. So like they'll say something like that, but then like you'll have somebody else say like well you should just teach guys not to like fucking put their hands on women. So like
what? More true.
Not to put you on the spot, but like
you're all good. So obviously, I actually agree with both. I think both the solutions. Like both help the situation. Neither is a negative in the sense that like I do think women should be doing more for themselves, whether it's fighting or making sure they're safe in whatever way they can, even if it's just like knowing how to change a tire so you're not caught in the middle of the night, with a flat tire and relying on a man to come get you, that sort of stuff. Like, because I know that doesn't sound relevant, but it is in the sense that like you're stuck out there waiting at nighttime with a flat tire. If you can just change it yourself, boom, boom, you're done quick. You get what I'm trying to say with that example, where it's like, if we teach our women to be more independent, there's less chances for them to be caught in a situation that's negative. But at the same time, we're not going to find a real solution or find a real, like, happy, I don't want to say happy ending because that sounds gross, but like a real
happy medium
ending to this. Yeah, a real happy medium until men start picking themselves up and stop being such C words,
right.
So, but that being said, until that day comes, because quite frankly, the world still struggles, I don't want women to be left vulnerable, because as much as the world should be such and such a way, it's not, and that's just a fact. And I'm so sick and tired of women being like, oh, how about you teach your son not to rape? I'm like, cool, that's great. So that son that's now 2 won't rape, but what about the next 12 to 20 years of all the other boys out here raping? Well, I
think that's the point when they say they're not just talking to one person, but they're talking to like the broad.
Yeah, but there's still a period of time where, yes, we're starting to teach our children to be good people, and that's brilliant. I want that to happen. But in the meantime, can we start teaching our children and ourselves, not just our children, but ourselves? Like, I've had to learn shit on my own so that if I ever get put in a position where I'm vulnerable and alone, today, like in this day and age, I'm safe because, and there's teenagers out there who aren't having children, who have nothing to do with children, who haven't learnt from when they were children still. Like, we're just starting now in the last 5-10 years to think this way. So obviously there's still issues happening in the world. If I'm still scared, there's still someone out there who's going to hurt me. This is where we're at. We're in that weird middle point of our progression as people, where we need to make sure that although, we don't need to get aggressive about it, we don't need to get weird about it, we just need to be safe. We just need to be aware, alert, not anxious,
Absolutely agreed.
I just think every woman should take a self-defense class. I think every woman should learn how to look after herself in all ways of life, to make sure that she's self-sufficient and not dependent on anyone. And then if we're teaching our children not to be dickbags, that's just going to end up in a better end goal, because people always need these skills, People always need to learn how to fight, because unfortunately, no matter how hard we try in life, no one's going to be perfect, and we're never going to be fully safe. So men or women, we're never going to be fully safe,
Facts. That's facts.
So if we can all defend ourselves and teach ourselves to be strong and self-sufficient and not rely on other people, that way all the relationships we form, they're just because we want to. We're not we're not dependent,
Yes.
And we can choose to depend, and that's nice. But then if we're put in a position where we're betrayed, or that person's just not there anymore, we're not left completely fucked.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm talking about us as all as people. As a woman, especially as a woman, I would really recommend to all my girls out there that they do self-defense and do learn to be self-sufficient. But everyone, I think, also needs to hear that.
Right. I think that was really well said. Yeah.
Thank you.
And before we come back, what do we want to talk about? We got credibility, religion versus spirituality, humility. I want to talk about humility.
Okay, go for it. I didn't want to do another one of mine. I can save them for later.
Great.
Hey, yo, it's Mitch and Logan live from the 212, you know what I'm saying? What I'm talking about, how y'all feeling, how y'all living, what's happening with you?
Actually, I wanted to talk about something fun before I got into something horrible. Because I was,
What's your favorite animal?
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
What's my favorite animal, or what animal do I, see myself as?
¿Por qué no las dos?
Huh?
Why not both?
Oh. Were you speaking Spanish?
Only because I watch telco ads.
I was like, oh my god, can I speak Spanish? I was like, that was like an Australian person speaking Spanish. I was like, what? I like lions.
Yeah, as like your favorite animal, or the one you see yourself as?
I don't know if I identify with lions, but I identify with cats a lot. Yeah, yeah.
I was gonna say I see myself as a Black Panther, but I identify with eagles because I like to soar above the obstacles. Mic drop.
Which one is it? You just said identify myself as a Black Panther, but I see myself as an eagle. You just said I identify myself twice.
Or no, what was the shit? What was the ending part? What was the ending part again?
This dude is so high.
So no, I'm not that high, unfortunately. I wish that was the reason. But no, my favorite animal would be the Black Panther, but like I'd want to be the eagle to fly and soar above all my obstacles. Mic drop.
Yeah. He said mic drop. Asshole.
But yeah. Black Panther Eagles.
What about you, Claire? I don't know. This is so ridiculous.
It was supposed to be like a panther roar into an eagle call, but it didn't end up as well as it should have been.
What the fuck is
so
going
dumb.
on?
I love it.
This is going so off the rails. I feel like I should just push it off the rails even more. Like just like for whatever's sake to salvage whatever the fuck is going on.
That is not that bad.
That's how I know it's horrible.
Anyway,
anyways,
I like dogs and cats. I think that's just because I have a dog and a cat, and I really can't choose between the two of them. Like
between which one you're more?
Yeah, but the one I am the one I identify as. I'm an every animal person.
Yeah,
thank you
she's
very much.
cat dog.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks. I hate it.
What if you had a Patronus and it was cat dog? Like
I'd be fucked up. But no, that's not the one I identify as. Those are just my favorite animals.
I know. I'm sorry. I just thought it was funny.
You don't get to know what I identify as now.
Why you gotta punish me?
Why you gotta punish the whole pod about it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Logan, go outside the room.
She's serious, Logan. Leave, goddammit. We'll call you back in. I need this information.
The pod and Mitchell, but not you.
Well, damn.
God damn it, Logan. We're waiting on you to leave.
I think.
You know what animal I don't identify as that anyway, though, Logan.
I think this is a sleepy. I think this is a sleepy pod. I think everybody's just like really like tired, and like we should lean in, right? We should lean into the fact that we're all fucking obliterated because of capitalism and shit, and like. Yeah, if I didn't have to work a goddamn job that didn't even pay me enough money to live every day, I could give you guys like really quality content. But listen, my best friend across the world is even affected by this. She's obliterated out of her mind. My friend in Brooklyn, who
No, it's you, Mitchell.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
You know what? You know what?
I'm still obliterated too, all right? You have to finish it. I'm still obliterated too.
On second thought, capitalism needs to chew on Mitch a little more. Like he can go back into
don't you
dare.
Go back. Don't you fucking
push him back in. Like
I live in one of the most expensive places on the globe. Don't you
That's
fucking
true.
dare.
I don't know. Yeah. What am I doing? Why am I moving up there?
Oh my God, don't even think about it.
Chasing trees.
Don't think about going back.
Yeah, no go back. No takesies backsies.
No takesies backsies. Oh my God.
You'll be all right.
No, there's a lot of money to be made in New York. I don't know. I like New York for the opportunity,
It's a cool place for the culture. I mean, New York City has hands down one of, if not the best culture in the globe, just because of how influenced by the rest of the globe it is. It's like the smorgasbord of these different cultures trying to truly be themselves while learning to interact with cultures they might never run into otherwise and just having a deal. And it's beautiful. You get so much different arts so much different like music. There's so much creativity to be abound with the opportunities here. You know what I mean?
People make fun of cities, and they'll especially like.
Excuse me. Thank you. I'm sorry.
I don't know why I found that sneeze funny, but I was like,
yeah, no, I heard that. I was like,
I'm just tired, yo. Anyway, keep going.
I mean, I do find it annoying when people like equate everything to capitalism, but like I live under a capitalistic system. You know what I mean? So it's like I notice the things that are happening because of it. So I'm sorry, you know.
No, that's
cool. But no, I'm not saying sorry to you, Mitch. We have an audience, and we talk to them on the show.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm listening to you right now too.
Mitch is like everything.
I'm listening to you right now too. But okay, fuck my feelings then. Cool, man. That's fine. That's fine.
Wait, this dude. I'm literally talking to the audience. Like, nah, bro, it's all right.
Sorry.
I love Mitch. I love you guys.
I don't need your love at this moment.
We all need love at every moment, Mitch.
I said I don't need yours at this moment. Good day, sir.
Good day, sir. I said good day.
I said
good day.
I said good day.
I think it's really cool that like I don't know, the one thing, because I was thinking about the capitalism thing, I was thinking about how I had to be at work all day, but like as tired as I am, and this is episode 7, as tired as I am all day, I was so, like I said this last episode too, but like I was just like so excited to be here. Like I was so ready to like get here and like sit down with you two. And like, I was like, oh my God, like, what are we going to talk about? Like, it's just like, and I was like, oh my God, what if we run out of things to talk about? And I was like, no, that's not going to happen because like, we're amazing, you know? It was like, but like, I just like hype myself up about the show so much. And it's just
Make
like
sure you keep that list.
What list?
The list of stuff we've talked about.
I mean, like what, for like, just like nostalgia?
So we know.
Well, I don't know. No, we'll never really run out of things. But when we were like doing this by like episode 4, I knew like we were never gonna run out of things because so many things just get like recycled, you know. And I like that about the show too, because I like that we don't always have to be current. Like we could just talk about things and then we make them relevant by what we're talking about. And that was the purpose of the show, is that like, you know, the things that we talk about isn't necessarily the thing. Like the thing we're talking about is there's some deeper meaning to it, you know, right. And that like, you know,
I get that.
So I don't know. I guess I was just sharing because like on one hand, it's horrible that like I had to be at work all day, but like at the other end, I did kind of, the good thing about it was like I had that feeling, and I think about like the day when like I won't have that feeling anymore because this might not be you guys' job, but maybe this would be mine. You know what I mean? And so like, I just love, like, sometimes I like recognizing a feeling that you can only have in a certain moment, you know? Like you can only recognize certain things when you're in certain places in life. So like when it came to like putting the show together or like buying certain things for the show or stuff like that, like little things like that were really great for me because like I was like, oh my God, like I'm buying all this stuff like cheap, or I'm like trying to do this and that and trying to get things together. But at the same time, it's like this great moment because like if you wanted to take off and wanted to be like some big thing where like people are paid like big money and then you have like your own studios and shit, like you'll never get to relive the moment again when you were just like trying to pull it together with shit from like Staples and shit. You know what I mean? Like you'll never get to have that again. And so like on that level, like you'll never get to have it again where like you were a part of something from the beginning when like every like tape and like glue was all that was holding it together. And I think there's something beautiful about that. I think that I just love that. I love that like there's just like something here and it's like really great. And like in some level, I don't know what it is and nobody knows what it is, but like every time I do the show with you guys, and every time I listen to the show, I'm like, there's something here that's just like really cool and really special about it.
You're pretty fucking awesome.
I don't know. It's just something significant about this being our 7th episode that I thought to share that. I thought that this was like really cool.
7, number of luck in most Western cultures, man.
I can't stand you.
I know.
Why'd you have to get so close to say that too?
Because I knew it would unnerve you. I was here to unnerve you specifically.
Yeah.
I'm still unnerving you. It feels so good.
Mitch talks to me and I talk to everybody else. That's our dynamic.
No, I talk to everybody else sometime, but in this moment, I'm strictly here to unnerve you.
I can't stand you.
You want me to stop looking at you now?
I'm not even looking at you. I'm looking at Claire.
I know. I'm saying, do you want me to stop looking at you? Because I know you know I'm looking at you.
No, you can look at me. I'm pretty. I'm very pretty. You can look at me.
Perhaps to Sarah.
No, I'm pretty to a lot of people.
I'm telling Sarah.
It's okay. She knows I'm pretty to a lot of people. I never understood that. I never understood that thing where like people are like, yeah, like you're gonna be in trouble with your significant other because you're attractive. Like, you know, so like I'm with Sarah because she's attractive. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't pick somebody ugly. Like she's hot. I love her. This is like,
and he called Claire Sarah 3 times today.
Because I was thinking about my girlfriend.
I'm hot.
Well, yeah.
You let him know. Claire.
Well, yeah, that's true.
We don't look anything alike though, except for our ranginess.
The red hair.
Yeah.
Oh, right. All right.
But Sarah's red hair isn't like real. It was real when she was little, but not real now. I'm just outing my girlfriend on the show.
Yeah, bro, come on now.
She doesn't have real red. But I like red hairs. I like fake redheads. I said this last time, you know? I love all types of red hair.
Yeah. Ain't no wrong with a little reddish in the hue, you know what I'm saying?
Such a creep.
Wow, that was gross.
That was so gross.
Oh, wait. Where did you guys take that? I was just being stupid.
It doesn't matter.
So Logan, I have to start moving off. I have to go.
Oh, you gotta go? Oh.
Yeah, it's getting to the time. Ben just came in and knocked on the door and was like, 2 minutes. And I was like, yeah, 2 minutes. So.
2-minute warning. 2-minute warning.
So the show's not over, but the show's over for Claire. So we're going to give Claire a chance to say her piece. Say bye to the people. Wait. Claire, what would you like to leave the people with before you say bye?
I would like to leave the people with... shit.
Would like to leave the people with shit.
Claire,
ladies and gentlemen.
I'm out here embarrassing myself in front of everybody. Okay, so I'm trying to remember what we even talking about. I'm sorry, I don't remember. I love you guys. I hope everyone has a good day. I'm sorry if I came across as aggressive today. I am very tired and I don't cope with life, but I'm here and I like talking to you guys. I hope everyone has a really good week. I hope we're all taking care of our mental health.
Oh, yeah.
I hope we're all keeping strong mentally and physically.
Let's do it.
Look after yourselves. Put yourselves first. Literally. I'm not saying don't care about people, but remember to put yourself first because you can't take care of the team without looking after yourself first.
Right.
Looking at you, Logan.
Fuck. I was like, yeah, right. Yeah, good.
Me and Sarah are hot redheads. What else is there?
Boom, chicka, wow.
Gross. I knew that was coming. I should have spoke quicker. I should have spoke faster. Oh, I'm so sorry, everybody, that you had to hear that. Okay. Bye. I should really go. I'm just rambling now. And
all right. Say bye to the people, Claire.
Bye, people.
All right. Bye, Claire. We love you.
Claire.
Bye.
Love you. Bye. Just.
Yeah, it's like thumbs up. You're out. Yeah. So funny.
Oh, bro.
Oh, man.
So, you, sir.
Oh, man. You know, it's weird because like Claire is like the adult and I don't know what's going to happen now. Like
Claire is not the only adult. You're just a child.
She is.
I
mean,
different.
Yeah. Listen.
Okay, that's fair. I'm older than you, damn it. I'm at least a teenager at this point. You're a child.
older than me. I'm older than you.
I'm a child.
But I am older than you.
I know you're older than me, but I mean, you're the actual child and I'm a teenager.
It's true. Angst. No, you're right. Because that was always our dynamic. Like, people would always think you were older.
I was like, bro, because I was the one who was like, considerate. So they're like, Mitchell.
We didn't find out that you were older until like way late too. Like,
not actually older than you. You meant just in terms of
no. We didn't find out that I was older. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, until way late.
Yeah, way late. Yeah,
but only by a few months, right? Because when's your birthday again, Logan?
March.
Right. Oh, happy birthday!
There's a lot of March. Yeah, you said happy birthday to me, Mitch. God
Did
damn.
I? Because I didn't remember. Because I can't always remember, bro. I just tried to because I think birthdays are important and special. And I love you. Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Shut up. I hate
you. No, I wanted to lock it in. I wanted to lock that in. I was like, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I got one, bastard.
You got one.
Yeah, I got you slipping, motherfucker.
No, for real.
All right, so you, sir, I believe, said you wanted to talk about humility.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think that was really close to what I was just saying. But because, like, on the flip side, on the other side, I wanted to talk about humility. And the reason why I wanted to talk about it is because, like, this whole podcast experience has been, like, so super humbling.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of the time, like, we talk about things. I think at the beginning of this, like, I knew what I wanted to talk about. I knew why I made the podcast and why I wanted to talk about certain things. And I knew I wanted to be able to dive really deep into certain subjects and things. But it's like, you find out really quickly when you get like a microphone in front of your face and then like it's got to be broadcast all over the world that like, you don't know everything, and you already knew you didn't know everything, but like it's like the level to which you didn't know everything, there's no way to like prepare you for that, you know. So like it's a very humbling experience when you're like, even like certain shit that you think you know, you don't even know, you know what I mean?
Oh, to be Christopher Columbus thinking you discovered the new world.
Only to discover I discovered the new world.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We all have to recognize that we're jackasses at heart. It's not your fault.
So you're saying that you've not had any type of humbling experience throughout this whole last 7 weeks?
I am humility. I exist on a plateau.
You're an asshole. That's what you are.
Only to you though, because you deserve it.
Horrible.
No, man, but I mean, you kind of get used to it. That's where I'm at. Like, I'm just used to being like, oh, all right. Because I'm just used to just jumping into shit. Like, I'll take the jump. I'll take the leap. Maybe not always. I'll look first sometimes if I'm lucky enough. But, you know, I'm always willing to take the leap. So I was always, like, not surprised because it was like, I knew I didn't know shit. And then when I got into certain things and got comfortable, and then I found out there was more shit that I didn't know. So I was like, all right, I better get comfortable to understanding that there are things that I don't know that I have the potential now to learn. Right. And so that's what my experience has been in life, moving to New York, the past 7 months and dealing with this pandemic and shit has just been like, yeah, man, like shit's going to change. Mm-hmm. You're going to be prepared for some. You're going to try to make yourself prepared for what you can't see coming. And then you're not just going to be prepared for the shit that blindsides you. Right. Because that is what it is sometimes. Hopefully you get back up after each time.
Right.
Keep moving. That's all that happens, you know? And so this is good. I mean, I'm happy for you, you know, as your friend and, you know, someone starring in the podcast. It's like, yeah, here we are at 7 episodes. Most people don't get past like the first or like the first 3, right?
Yeah. It's like so many podcasts die after like the first episode. It's a miracle to get them to 5.
I didn't know that, but
yeah,
good shit.
Yeah.
But you know, humility, and you know, it's a lesson in learning to be humble, and honestly, it's just accepting what the reality is. And then we have modesty, where it's just like, oh, no, I don't necessarily want to boast, which is nice, but like, you know, it's also a great learning lesson once you sit in here and you feel you're like, geez, man, there's just so much that I've yet to do. Because then on the other side of that coin is, oh, well, let's look at what I have been doing. So here's the lesson to learn in humility about this podcast. Oh, shit, there's a lot I'm learning. Here's the other lesson on the other side. Oh, man, there's a lot I've learned.
Yeah.
There's a lot I've learned. There's a lot I've done.
There's a lot I've learned. Yeah.
There's a lot to be proud of, on the other end. And that's what I think, like, how the conversation should like flow. It's like, yeah, man, like, geez, I'm just so young. There's still so much to learn. All right, well, let's see how far I've come. Wow, I've been doing some good shit. And then you get modest. Oh, but I don't want to boast. Like, it's not that big a deal. And then we get focused and get back to what it is that I'm being humble about in the first place.
Right.
You know what I mean? Time to grow again. And so for me, that's kind of just been my journey with it, man. Whether it was acting and I finally did something big and then it's like, shit, it's still not enough. And just looking at what I've done. And now we're in this podcast. I never did this before. I knew I'd be able to do it because of my personality and the skills that I have, but I've never done this before. I was like, I wonder what's going to happen.
What do you feel like doing it? Like after, because we've done like 7 now. So like, how do you feel now? Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, so the thing is, Logan, and you can attest to my attitude about all of this. Cause he was like, yeah, I'm like, word, I'm doing shit. I'm like, no, let's just do it. Cause that's my attitude about things. And then lo and behold, we just kept doing it. We just keep coming out with episodes. And
Right.
so it's like, that was my attitude just from, my personal experience being in industries and stuff. And you as my friend, you was like, hey, I got this idea. And I was like, I love friends with ideas. Let's get involved and get shit done. That's been my artistic experience. It's basically me trying to get my professional stuff done. And then me being willing to work with friends I really trust and care about to do other stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so now it's just like, okay, so we keep doing this. I'm gonna keep doing it. What else is there to be said? Like, we sit here on episode 7, my dude. We're gonna be at 10 soon. You know what I'm saying? And
That's
then
what I
10,
keep thinking,
we should make 10 a big deal. But like,
yeah, that's what I keep thinking.
nonetheless.
Like we're gonna be at 10 soon. I've been thinking about that number for some reason in my head a lot. Is that we're gonna be at 10? And we're like, God damn.
And see, Logan, what's gonna happen is you're gonna come up to Brooklyn, and then you're gonna start thinking about shit that you actually want to do. There's gonna be different opportunities here in front of you, and now there's just more to think about. It's like, oh, so we've been doing this podcast. I was talking to my cousin today earlier, and I realized now I didn't explain to him how we were shooting things because, and I guess now the people can know because so we're recording the podcast and you edit it and everything, but we don't actually have video up, but we, the people in the podcast, have still been seeing each other on video.
Right.
He didn't know we were doing this remote.
Oh,
He was like, oh, you guys have been remote. I was like, yeah, that's easy to do though, right? He's like, no, I didn't realize. And I was like, oh, right, that isn't, because not everybody does it like that. Some people want to get together in the studio, and just look at that. Like, it was just the creativity and being able to be like, all right, well, we can see each other, so we can see each other and interact better, and then we're just recording the shit and just get into the work, man. It's beautiful. This is how art's supposed to work.
It is crazy because like it's very hard to do like a podcast remotely, and it's like something that like people haven't really thought about until like the pandemic started, which made me like want to like hurry up and like do the podcast even faster because I was like, oh my God, all these people want to do like podcasts remotely. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, listen, you guys can't do it. That's my idea. Like,
Oh my God.
But I don't know how many people would have like remote friends that they want to do remote podcasts with anyways. Like,
yeah, it depends on who could make it happen and get it to work. You just select out with me and Claire because I would have done it just because you asked. And then brought my talent to it just because that's who I am. And you know what I mean? But some people can't even get that. Some people weren't even willing to use the pandemic money they had to start a new endeavor. Now, I'm not one of those, if you don't come out this pandemic with a new skill or I don't
LLC
care about
Twitter.
all that bullshit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, if you took the opportunity, well, good for you. Look what good came from this. You didn't have a podcast before the pandemic. Now we got sipping, Logan. Nah,
that's true. Like I think
if
the pandemic didn't happen, this would have dragged on, and we probably wouldn't have really started until like November or something. Because like my money is not like, I don't want to say my money was wrong, but it's like it is for what it is. I did get like a raise and stuff, and I thought that was great. But it wasn't until like the pandemic when I was like, oh shit, we better get some cash. That was like, that's when I started planning. Like I knew what was going to happen. Like I was already saving up for a new laptop and stuff. Nice. But that's when I started planning. I was like, okay, this is what's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And so like every check that we got, like that's just me spending, you know, I probably shouldn't say all this financial information and shit.
Yeah, I mean, well, you're not giving out your bank account or nothing, which you could comfortably do if you want.
That, you know, the IRS and shit. I don't know.
Right,
like,
yeah. That's, no. I mean,
well, I'm not making any money, so there's that. So fuck y'all. So
yeah. I'm saying it's not all, you know, like, you know, there hasn't been any money and they can't get you for anything.
Yeah, they can't give me. Yeah, you guys.
We haven't been dealing drugs or anything on the side to make this
work.
Mitch
is my accountant. He says you can't get me. Yeah.
Because there's nothing. Have you been watching Ozark? If you want to talk accountants, if you watch Ozark. I can't wait for that next season. Anyway.
I thought Ozark was finished. I thought it's done.
No.
It's still going on?
Coming. There has to be. If there isn't another season, if it ends like this, it would be the worst thing ever. The series would be great still because it's been phenomenal. But if it was to end like this, I'd be tight as fuck. I'd be like, I can't believe y'all done did this to me. I don't know who the fuck. I'd run up in the studio, you know, and talk to the producer, gun in hand, and be like, I don't know who the fuck you thought you was entertaining, but I will not have this season, have this series unfinished like this. You gonna make me a season 4,
I think
which is coming.
I think people should, because I did take that opportunity. I did like pull the trigger on it,
and that's good.
But I think on one hand, people should understand that this is an idea that I've had for a very long time. Not that podcasts are my original idea, but like this idea for this particular podcast was an idea for a really long time I had, and that ideas just don't come out of the thin air, and sometimes they do, but like to actually work on them does take a long time, especially if you don't have, like, let's say you don't have the money for it, you don't have the people for it, you don't have the talent for it. Like there's certain things like in this podcast,
you don't have the motivation.
That's the big one. That's the motivation
one of the biggest ones.
Yeah,
bro.
Because what happens is you don't have the motivation because you don't have the money, because you don't have the people, because you don't have the things.
And then the vicious cycle occurs.
It's a vicious cycle. It's like, well, and then what happens is you just have this idea that just gnaws at you, you know? But if you do have that idea and it just gnaws at you, you have to take that as like proof that this is a good idea and that you're the one that should be doing it, you know? And so like every time I have a problem with the podcast or every time I have a problem that comes up, I just take it as like, I learn from it, because at one point I didn't have a podcast. At one point I didn't have a microphone. At one point I didn't have, you know, an iPad that I'm using right now, which is, thank God I bought the iPad a couple of weeks ago, because just the week after I bought the iPad, my phone dies, and then I couldn't like now. That's why I'm on the iPad with Facebook right now. I'm on my iPad.
I work some serious ways.
Yeah, for real. So like I'm just like, like. All these different issues come up, but like there's always a solution to it. And like you kind of learn that because you get like, I'm on a different level than I was like a year ago or 2 years ago, because like you just start to no, but it's true. Like you just start your problems aren't your old problems aren't problems.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Because you're dead past them now. You're like, shit, I can't worry about that bill because I'm already used to paying it and I have to move on with this. So all of a sudden, what was a pain in your ass gets replaced by a new one. And then you come back to that old pain. And you're like, it's not pain anymore. I was actually able to handle that the whole time. I was stressed, but having to deal with the new thing kind of like gives you that giddy up energy to be able to handle whatever comes at you.
You know what's crazy? Like Sarah helps me a lot with my finances because she's cheap. And but no, like I'm cheap too. Before I met Sarah, I was really cheap, right? And it's not that Sarah made me not cheap. It's that Sarah is so cheap that it makes me feel comfortable about my financial situation. You know what I mean? Because she just doesn't, it's not a negative. It's that she doesn't spend money. So like she won't spend money on like so many different things that I become more comfortable spending money around her. Right.
I feel that. So
what happens is like, I'll end up asking her, I'll be like, cause now I'm at the point where I spend too much. So I like ask her if I can buy things. Right. And so like, we're at this weird point because we're both moving to New York together. So now we're at this weird thing where we're going to need things. And I know that's going to be the next fight and argument that's going to come up, because like I told her the other day, I'm like, we need a printer. And she goes, what do we need a printer for? I've never printed anything in my life. I'm like, no, you don't understand. We need a printer. We definitely need a printer. We're going to be like in the wilds of New York on our own. You don't know what type of documents we're going to have to print out for ourselves and what type, records and shit. I know that for a fact we need a printer. And so like, I'm just entering like, because like, it's like the same thing with the podcast. It's like, because I've done this before, like where you need a bunch of equipment that you don't even like. The other day, I bought a label maker. You know what I mean?
Oh, I thought you said a Lego maker. I was like, I don't know if you need that. Bro.
I said over the phone, I was on the phone and I told Sarah, I either told Sarah or Claire or both that I needed a label maker, and they both thought I said a Lego maker. And I was like, I wish I had a Lego maker.
Great minds, ladies and gentlemen.
I was like, I need a Lego maker. That's great. That'd be dope.
Actually, yeah. And would probably get you sued if he was out here just 3D printing Legos. You notice most people aren't 3D printing Legos because obviously Legos are ready to be like, really? You really thought you were going to 3D print Legos? If you have a
3D printer, you should 3D print Legos.
I don't know if I'd recommend it. Is all
allegedly.
I'm going to say. I don't know. I
don't know what legal problems I could have for saying that you should.
I wouldn't show the evidence, but if you're 3D printing your own Legos, I just wouldn't put that on social media for the company Lego to see.
Yeah, I know. Just don't share it with everybody. Just have fun with your own Legos.
So since we're talking about Legos, I guess this is a good time to transition to talking about building blocks.
I hate you.
So now we have atoms, which are the building blocks of matter. We have cells, which are the building blocks of life.
I used to get molecules.
Oh, fuck. Oh, come on, bro. Come on, bro. I mean, atoms, molecules, those are in the same family of matter. All right, we're talking about cells. We just did jump, okay? Like, damn, what you want me to talk about? Individual tissues and shit? Come on, bro. You got the goddamn point. All right? All right, and now we have humans.
We can't be left alone. That's our fucking problem.
Building blocks of society. No, you're right. We dead.
This is ridiculous.
I mean, Claire's presence makes us be like, all right, so don't completely bullshit and just act a fool boss to the wall.
I told you the last of it. It's because she's smart, And it's like you kind of gotta impress a little bit, You can't just say.
Okay, whatever. You just made this weird, and we're gonna not bring this up next podcast.
I'm just saying. Well, we don't have to say because she's not here, even though she'll probably hear it. But she's really smart, and so it's like I can't be stupid all the time in front of her.
Okay, so only you and your ego feel intimidated by Claire's intelligence.
It's the accent.
I'm going to need you.
It's the accent.
Probably, which makes you even more ignorant and egotistical. In any case, we need you to pull it together, get over your fear of Claire, and keep clarifying with Claire, okay?
No, we let her do the clarifying. That's why it's her segment.
Okay, Logan, Jesus, nah, bro, I know. No, but I get it, but it's not like, it isn't that. It's just that, or maybe it's just once the third person leaves, we're like, all right, time to get silly.
Because what else do we have? I
don't know. How did it go? How did it go last time when it was I who had to leave early? It was just you and Claire. Did you? You guys didn't stay that long on, I imagine, did you?
No, we didn't because it was already really late. And then the other thing was, I've known Claire for a long time, But I've known you longer, but I've known Claire for a long time.
Well, you've gotten to. I was busy trying to get shit in my life together.
Yeah.
We stayed connected, thank God.
Yeah. I like that we stay connected. I can't wait to see you in New York, man.
Logan, I haven't done that as well with all my friends from Florida. There are a few here and there that I do stay connected with some people on social media. The level to which me and you stayed connected with on social media hasn't happened with everyone. There's not everybody who could just hit me up on a regular and it be regular. There's only a few people who do that other than my family members, of course.
Well, who else? Give them a shout out.
In terms of people I stayed connected through over on social media, well, there's my friend Lady Rose. Lady Rose knows who she is.
You still talk to her? I remember when you wouldn't even let me meet her. Oh, when she came
up to visit, yes, yeah, bro. Yeah. That's my bestie, home slice,
why
home
we
girl
couldn't
for
meet
life,
her? Can you explain why we couldn't meet her?
Lady? No, at the time I think I was just fucking around, but she's one of my.
Serious.
Because that's how precious of a friend she is to me. I'm protecting her from everything. College was crazy. It wasn't y'all. It was just if I brought her around, then we have to get involved with some of the dumb shit we was doing. So I was like, let me protect her from that.
Yeah, no, don't protect people from that. Put them in the dumb shit.
But now there's her. There's a friend of hers who I'm cool with, Rachel.
Which Rachel? Cute Rachel?
Hey, we're not going to talk about whether she's cute or not.
Wait, which Rachel though?
My Lady Rose's friend Rachel, who you don't know. I don't think you ever met her. Yeah, you never met her.
No, because I remember in college there was a cute Rachel, and like she didn't like me at all. But like,
no, not that one.
No, because like I was I don't know.
No, and most of my like some of the high school schoolmates that I was cool with, like there's one friend named Lucas who he's an artist back home in Palm Bay actually, and we didn't even talk much in high school. It was always cool. We didn't talk much, but we just stayed cool over social media. And then I met him the other night when I went home, and we was cool just because we kind of kept up and shit like that we had been doing. Not necessarily in the friendship, but just because both people getting after lifestyles that they want, and we stayed cool. I've caught up with let's see, some friends from college some of those first years. So there's Jacksonville and then there's Pensacola. So in terms of Jacksonville, there's you. I still say connected to Dimitri, but that man has a whole entire family now.
Yeah. I've been
shout
wanting
Dimitri. Dimitri was one of the home dogs.
Yeah, shout out to Dimitri too. Because I've been wanting to talk about Dimitri for like the longest with you. Not necessarily even on the show, but just like about him in general.
I'm so happy for him, bro. I'm just like, bro, how?
Yeah, right.
not even how, because it's not really surprising. If any of us was gonna be that person, it's actually him. I'm just surprised. I'm like, oh, okay. I figured you was gonna stay Playboy for the rest of your life. No,
that's how it seemed like. But he was.
But the Playboys calmed down in the end. All they've been really looking for is love. They just been hurt. But yeah, so I mean, Dimitri, in terms of school, I still have Chris as well. It's just we don't talk as often. You know what I mean? And then some of like the schoolmates from Pensacola, I'm still a little bit cool with. Like a lot of them, in fact. I don't stay, but the thing is, I don't talk to them as often. Me and you, Logan, that's just who we were, because that just is what it is.
Yeah, that's true. I like, there's like no way to describe like our friendship or our relationship together. Like there's there's really no like solid reason why we get along, except it's just like something weird.
No,
happening.
I mean, that's just how some people are. Like Logan, I'm the type of person where I don't hold a grudge over like time or distance away from me. Specifically, I understand that, for whatever reasons we weren't talking at one time. And, whenever we have the time to get together or resume whatever like relationship we had, we'll do that. Well, it's a lot easier due to social media to maintain that. But I'm that person in general. And then I feel in regards, you're also kind of that person. You don't take it as personal. And like, that just goes a long way with certain people.
Yeah, because I think, people's lives are their lives. I'm not going to but I understand it is hard even for me to keep in touch with certain people. But then like, on some level,
that is hard for people. That is, and I don't even take that personally against them. It's kind of a human thing. People feel comfort from the people around them, and so they need to be in constant communication. I was never the type to need that for whatever reason, which I don't want to get into now.
Me neither though.
But people are like that. It's hard for people. I don't hold that against them. I just realized I was like, wow. And in one sense, I'm like, well, it's lucky for me because I'm really not like that at all. You could ask anybody who has seen me after a long period, like Mitch. It doesn't ever seem like Mitch is mad. He just says what's up, and we just pick up.
I think it's, for me, like I've learned like sometimes that like the people that can be like even the closest around you, like situation, like I guess geographically, can be like the most hurtful motherfuckers sometimes. And then like the people that are furthest away, like take the most care, like, so it's like, to me, it's never really mattered how far or how close somebody is from me. If I vibe with you, I vibe with you.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know what I mean? So like if I talk to you and then we get along, that's just what it is for me. Like I don't need, like I don't care about how far away somebody is.
But see, then another thing happens, because then there's also a communication thing. Now, my levels of communication are like immaculate, but
what the fuck?
In terms of my people skills, in terms of I'm just saying, like I can communicate very well.
I can communicate what I'm feeling, communicate with other people. I can understand what other people are feeling and communicating very well, and that's very high.
You are literally Lex Luthor. You know that? Like
Logan, I'm gonna ignore that.
This dude literally said my
insult.
Communication skills are immaculate.
I mean, okay, maybe they need to sound like that. But nonetheless, so I say that, but my people skills are atrocious. Like, it's hard for me to keep in touch sometimes, just because of the thing I said earlier. And sometimes I just don't, but not on purpose. I'm just really bad at that.
Yeah.
Like, and I've been better. And it's just like, sometimes people are as well, but the people in your immediate vicinity, you're always going to communicate to for some reason. Whereas if you're 1,000 miles away from someone, you're probably not going to reach out to them as often.
No, that's true.
You know what I mean? Sometimes there's distance between us, and like, things keep people. And that's one thing I noticed with like my family and everything. It's like, there are elements that keep us from being able to get in touch with each other and see each other as much as we want. I mean, we could talk about capitalism again if we want to, because you have a job, I have a job. You know what I mean? There's the distance between us all, and how it takes so long to just commute. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There's so many factors that just keep us. You can't be with someone 100% of the time. You know what I mean? And I think that's all it comes down to. And just sometimes people take it more personally than they need to.
That just reminds me of like how places can't get staffed right now because like the government money is good, right? But
and the money should have always been this good, baby.
And like people are like, I guess nobody want to work no more. And it's like, it's not that nobody don't want to work no more. It's just that the government pays better, and people are getting paid what they probably should have got paid, and really less than probably what they should have got paid in the first place. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you have this system where you guys wanted the minimum wage to be this low. You wanted companies not to pay workers. And you wanted people to just like, I don't know, eat worms the whole time. So when they finally have the opportunity to not do that anymore, you want to be like, oh, I guess nobody want to work no more. It's like, shut up. Shut the fuck up.
You. Shut up.
Yeah, shut up. I like, man, why I like saying shut up, and I say fuck you and shut up.
Because fuck them, shut up.
No, it's not just because fuck them. It's because people
it is fuck them though, right?
No, it is fuck them.
Okay,
right. People always do this long drawn out answer, like on NPR. They'll do like this long drawn out answer about why people deserve fair wages, and it's just like, fuck you. Listen, you're an asshole. You don't pay people right, and then you want people to work for like 9 hours a day on their feet. You don't give them any cover, any real benefits. You don't do anything for them, and they're supposed to be happy for this. Bro. And then like, I'm supposed to give you this long drawn out explanation of why you should treat people like human beings. No, fuck you. Get out of here.
Logan, America is more concerned with selling you happiness, because that can make them a profit, not with you actually being happy. You know what I mean?
Right.
They want you to chase after happiness and buy products that make you happy. Yeah. They don't actually want you to be happy. And that's my problem with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's just the toxic capitalist society. It's about the bottom line. You know what I mean? It's about the bottom line. It's about the profit margin. Not about
I might have bought into some of that toxicity. I'm not going to lie.
We all have on some level.
Because I'm going to say that, like, on some level, I don't think it's America's job to make me happy. But at the other level.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. But on the other level, I think that, like, a government should be. I think a government should take care of its people. And one thing you can't let people do is starve. I don't think that's taking care of people. Like, people like to say that, like, I know Republicans that like to say that, like, they'll say that the government should take care of its people, but they say that it should take care of its people by its military. And it's like, well, the military isn't the only fucking problem they exist. Like,
military actually runs fairly well. It's the government.
It's good.
That's the problem.
They're fine.
The military actually does its job really well.
We're doing A-okay with that. We did a great job,
It'd just be nice if you stopped telling them to bomb the fuck out of shit and be everywhere at once and risk their lives for no fucking reason for your bullshit. Carry on.
It's because America's an empire too, but we don't have time for that.
We don't have time for the American imperialism.
But what I was gonna say is that, like, the measure of whether or not a country is well taken care of just can't be whether or not we have enough people in the service and whether or not we have enough military all over the world and whether or not we're bombing enough countries. That just can't be the standard of whether or not you live in a good country or not, because on some level there's other things happening here. It's just like you can't. I don't understand how you like. Claire's going to be so mad when she listens to this episode because she's going to be like, this is what I was saying at the beginning. And it's like, Claire, you're Australian. You don't get to say it. I get to say it. Oh my God. so like the measure of like whether or not a country is a good country has to be whether or not the people are well taken care of. I don't see how, like, it's like if I live in a house, right? And Mitch is my roommate, and I have 3 other roommates, and Mitch and Claire are my roommates, right? And I'm going to be like, you know what? I really like how our dynamic is in the house. I really like that we're really good roommates. And then like every night I notice that you guys don't eat. And not only do you not eat, you're starving in the house.
Fuck I ain't eating for, bro.
Well, give me a second. You're starving, and I never ask you why you're starving. I never ask you, hey, did you eat today? I never ask you anything about your situation. I just watch you wither away. I can't really, like, that wouldn't be like a nice place to live. Like, nobody would say that this is a nice place to live. And people would be like, well, Claire and Mitch should feed themselves. And it's like, if I don't know what's going on in their lives and I never ask them, like, how do I know that they should? How do I know that they should be feeding? Like, you wouldn't say that somebody who's like paralyzed should just walk around everywhere. So like you wouldn't say that shit. So how do you know what people's situations are? How do you just so blindly say like, oh, people should go to work, people should do this, people should do that with their money and their financial situation when you don't live their life? You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on. You don't know who they got to take care of, how they have to take care of themselves. You don't know what type of conditions they have, whether they have conditions or not.
Right.
And and then your comment at the end of the day is just, oh, well, people don't work no more. No, fucking nobody wants to work anymore. Bro. It's because of people like you, to be honest.
Spit your shit, man.
If I had a choice between listening to somebody who did not care about whether or not I was well fed when I went home at the end of the day, and having to ring them out, or just like literally not doing that and like living happily at home, I'd pick home, you know, like that's what I would do.
Facts. Why? How could you not?
So I don't understand.
No, bro. And you know, the thing is with the culture, there's the lack of empathy. Everything you just spoke about is the virtual lack of empathy.
Yeah.
It's just, how could you not? And it's just so funny, bro. It's like people want to be millionaires. Poor people want to be millionaires so bad. Billionaires so bad. It's like, do you not realize how bad it is? I've been better off than people. I'm better off than a homeless person right now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be mad because I pay about 800 plus up to 900 depending on the month, you know what I mean, in rent, plus my other shit to deal with.
Right.
I am not going to be upset one single bit if you give a homeless dude a $1,600 apartment.
Right.
Set that man up for groceries if they can't do it.
Right.
I'm gonna be mad if you don't set some regulation to make sure they just ain't taking advantage of that. Sure, but I'm not gonna lose a bit of sleep. In fact,
I think that's where we diverge. But I'm gonna let you finish.
You might, but I get that. So it's like I wouldn't lose a wink of sleep. In fact, I'd feel more comfortable now. I'd be like, oh wow, is that what could potentially happen to me if I ever become homeless? It's nice to have that there. Let me go keep working and doing better for me. Stop looking at the other person's grass, man. And so I know that's more complicated because it's like, yo, you can't just be, but it's like people are like that. No sense of empathy at all. It's like, listen, this person has nothing. If you needed, okay, maybe we could talk about giving it to you, but this person has nothing. How could you be upset about giving them something when they have absolutely nothing at all? Right, you at least have the shirt on your back. You at least have a roof over your head. You at least have food in your mouth. This person has nothing. And seeing them eat upsets you so much, you'd rather take the food from them and watch them starve to feed yourself extra sustenance you don't need. Right. And I just want to choke the life out of people like that, for real.
Right.
Because you're sick. We're not disagreeing here. You're literally sick.
You're literally willing to watch someone die.
No, you're right.
Bro, and I'm not, and we could argue about what you want to, but I'm not even debating that. You're fucking sick. I say that to you in your fucking face. You're fucking sick. You are ill, and you do not realize you'd literally watch someone die rather than just give them a little bit of food for a day. Like you've never known what it's like to be hungry. You have a serious problem. Go get some fucking help. I know it's more problematic than that, but go get some fucking help.
I know we gotta move on.
Yeah, we actually gotta wrap.
We gotta get it out of here. Yeah, that's to be honest. But no, I just wanted to, because like I've gotten in arguments with people before because like I hate talking about like giving homeless people money because like
well, you shouldn't be giving a homeless person money.
Huh?
You shouldn't be giving a homeless person money.
Why not?
Well, let me quote a friend of mine. I'm not going to say his name, but let me quote a friend of mine, and he gave this knowledge to me. You know what I could say? It was my good friend Nick. He's actually going to be trying to. Well, never mind. That's his business, and I can't say anything.
But damn.
But anyway, no, it was my homie Nick, and it was like, and he was like, "Yeah, Mitch, I'll never give money to the homeless." And I had your reaction. I was like, "Oh, bro." He's like, "No, Mitchell." He was like, "I won't give them money, but I will take time out of a day to go buy that person food.
Okay,
I'll go buy them water." Maybe I could get them clothes, because at the end of the day, sometimes things get complicated when we give homeless people money because they're dealing with a lot of things, and maybe they're not going to get what they need. They're going to go for what they want instead. So if you really care for a homeless person, next time you're thinking about it, and I have another friend, my good homie Freddie, who does this as well. I might not give you money, but hey, I got some food I could buy you. I could buy you some water. Yo, it looks like you're missing some socks. If you have that kind of kindness, yo, it looks like you're missing some shoes. I get you some shoes.
No, I get that. Like I get that homeless people need things. I get that homeless people need things, and it's nice to donate to homeless people, and it's nice to donate directly to homeless people, like giving them pizzas and shit. But my thing is about that is that a lot of the time when we're talking about homeless people, I think what we need to realize is that we're talking about other grown-ass adults.
Yeah, that's true.
And we need to think about what we would want to be treated like as a grown adult, you know, and what dignity we would want to have.
Good for you, Logan. That's good. Good, man. Look at that. That's the kind of heartfelt shit we need from you. Why you always mean all the time? We know it's a front.
I'm not mean all the time. Anyways, because like what I'm saying is that like I get that people's fear about, you know, what's a homeless person going to do with this money? Are they going to just make the situation worse? And, you know, the thing is, they might make their own situation worse, but so many of us make our own situations worse all the time. Every day.
Why are we shaming them, bro?
Yeah. So it's like, I don't really have a leg to stand on about whether or not like I said the other show, like my life is good on accident. Like, it's like I'm happy on accident.
And you, my Christian friend, can go thank your Jehovah God for that. All right.
I mean, free will is a thing. He lets me have it. So, so I give free will to be dumb, you know? But that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to take that away from somebody else because I have an opinion about their living situation. I think if I give like somebody a $10 bill and they want to go buy crack with it, that's just what the fuck they did with it that day. You know what I mean? I can't dictate.
Get that. I get that. So we're not judging, but now we can get to the counterproductive part of this. So it was like, yeah, we're giving homeless people money. Ah, shit. All right. So news reports. Okay. So it turns out that 12 homeless people have died of an overdose because people just kept giving them money rather than giving them what they needed.
Well, this is true. That could happen. I mean, it could happen. But, you know, like to beat an addiction is a choice anyways. Like you can't beat an addiction because somebody kept giving you burgers all day.
But I know I'm not going to give an addict money to go get drugs if I don't know
if I'm doing that, and I don't know like if they're going to spend the whole $10 on drugs. Maybe they spend like $5 on drugs and $5 on a burger.
So to bring it back to
my
me,
financial. But what I'm saying is, I'm not everybody's accountant.
No,
like,
Logan, and that's
like
fair.
If I gave you $10 right now, I can't be like he's just gonna buy a One Piece manga. Like, you know, like I can't not give you money just because I don't like what you're gonna use it for.
Not the point, because we got to get specific.
Yeah,
you trust giving me the money that, all right, Mitch is probably not gonna harm himself. We're not talking about that anymore.
Trust anything. That's my point.
No, well, you don't care, but in the back of your mind, you don't have to, because you're like, I don't have to care anyway. Mitch is probably gonna.
I don't think I should care. I think,
and I disagree, because in terms of the homeless and people who aren't in the best of health, who haven't been at their best, we got to be a little bit more considerate at getting them what they need versus what they want.
No, I think that's how we end up mistreating.
No, I'm just saying I disagree with you. That's how I know. That's how I want to take it.
But I'm saying why I disagree with your disagreement is because I think that's how we end up treating homeless people as horribly as we do in the first place, because everybody thinks they know what's best for homeless people. Everybody thinks they know what they should be giving homeless people and what they shouldn't. And really, the end of the day is, if you're going to give a random gift to somebody, like if you're going to give a random gift to me, you don't know me. Like, first of all, you don't know me. Like, if anybody, like, I'm the hardest person to shop for people who do know me. So if you give me like a pair of socks, you could be giving me a pair of socks in the wrong fucking color. Like, and then what happens? What happens after that, right? People are like, they should be happy that they had the socks, and it's like, no, they have socks on that they're uncomfortable with and they hate. You know what I mean? So now I have to walk around with socks that make me more depressed about my situation. I have to think about I'm the guy that, oh my god, I'm wearing. No, I know,
Logan. The funny thing, it's funny thing is that you're trying to. Because it's like, here I am treating it as a problem, and you're trying to like care for the people. Mm-hmm. But for me, in the case of homelessness, it's like I do almost treat it like a pandemic and a disease, and it's like for them, because it's like I do want to get the person back to happiness, but I can't even get the person past homelessness.
I think what I'm saying is you can't treat it as a disease. You can't treat the disease.
I know that's what you're saying.
The homeless person.
I know that's what you're saying.
There's so many other problems with that. Like,
because why do people become homeless in the first place? You know what I mean?
We don't know that. See, that's the other problem. There's so many.
I'm with you on that.
There's so many ways that people can become homeless. Like, you just lose your job and now all of a sudden you're on crack. Like, that's it. Like that's happened to so many people. You just end up on the street because, like, what else are you gonna do? Like, what else are you gonna do?
So Logan, so here's the thing. Because I could agree with you, because we always want to respect someone's humanity, and that's what I take from what you're saying. Period. And I of course agree. That's not what I'm saying at all. You always want to respect humanity, but the fact is, so. All right, let's use the example. It's like someone lost their job. They got addicted to crack. Now, addiction isn't per se just a choice, and that's a different discussion, but that's an actual like mental thing.
No, I wasn't saying addiction was a choice.
No, I'm not telling you.
To break out of addiction is a choice. Is a choice that people make.
I know. I'm not saying that's what you said. I'm just saying like that's a person with a serious like type of illness and mental illness. I can't sit here and just look at them as the human being they are now without acknowledging that illness. And so now it's like, if I need to deal with that illness in order to get that person back to even recognizing their own humanity, because on one level, a homeless person who loses their job, gets addicted to crack, and is out on the streets destitute, is not recognizing their own humanany.
No, I hear you, and we got to get them back to that point. I think what I would say to that is that, all right, you say you won't give the person $10 because.
I would just go get them food or water.
You would get them food or water.
Or if I was really good, check them into like rehab, because that's what they really need. But you know what I'm saying?
That's what I was about to say.
I know that's their choice, but I would ask.
No, not even just that that's their choice, but like, are you really gonna like stick around with this homeless person for the rest of their life to make sure that they're doing all right?
So Logan, I'm talking about the ideal. Yes. Now, me, when I have the opportunity, if I can do that, I would like to be able to do that. That's the person I want to be, and I feel like we as a society should be those people. That's what we need to be doing. If we want to really help them.
Like, exactly, that's what I mean. You say like that's the ideal, which to me sounds like it's never gonna fucking happen, right? Because
which is the problem,
which is the problem, but is also the truth, right? But
no, it's not the truth. You don't know if that's never gonna happen.
Okay, you're right. I don't know that you're not gonna like 12-step a person all by yourself. You're right.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying is, when you say that's the ideal, it's a high, lofty ideal for most people of the population. No, I know, right?
And that's one of our problems here.
So when we're talking about, okay, so then what do we actually do, right? I'm like, okay, you're not actually rehabbing this person. You're not actually getting this person on their feet. You're not actually taking care of them in their day to day.
Hey, Logan, Guess what? You absolutely right. And so I can't, because at the ideal, the topmost, I would like, yo, that person needs rehab or something. Maybe I could afford that. So I can't do that. But, and so we're talking about rather giving money than other thing. But what I could do, because I know I can't rehab that person, but if I meet a destitute, homeless, addict on the streets, I know I can't rehab that person. I know if I give them money, there's the chance they can go buy drugs. I know that. That's factual.
That's their chance. That's my point.
No, I know Logan, and I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying, I know if I give them money, there is a chance they could buy drugs.
There is a chance. But
why? No. I know, but
we keep talking when you say there's a chance. We keep talking about choices.
That's still not the
choices.
Point.
It is the point though, because
right now we're still not talking about them. We're talking about us, the person trying to help them. And if I really want to help them,
exactly, that's what I mean. That's the problem.
But if I really want to help them,
Logan, see, that's what I'm saying. That's the problem, because we've made it about ourselves and not what it is the homeless person, the actual person. Logan, because
when you say you help somebody, you want to really help them. And I know you're going like, if that's what's really going to help them, then
I want to help somebody, if I want to help somebody, then I have to actually help them. I can't say
exactly.
Wait, no. I'm going to define what that means.
Okay.
Give me a second. Yeah. What I'm saying is I have to actually help them, which means that if I ask for help, how many times has this happened to you, right? You've asked somebody to help you, and then they start doing all the shit you never asked them to do. And you're like, bro, I only need you to do just A, B, and C over here. I got this over here. I'm good, right? And then all of a sudden, they're still doing all the shit you never asked them to do, and they're actually making more of a mess of what you're doing, right? And then you're like, listen, don't even help me anymore, right? Because what happened was you didn't help them. You just started doing things for them. Right? Instead of helping them, what you did was you came in and you disrupted and you decided what they needed help on instead of just giving them what they asked for. And I think that's my point. If you're going to come into somebody's life abruptly, nobody asked you to give homeless people shit, to be honest. Nobody asked you.
This is true, but if you wanted to.
If I was a homeless person, nobody asked you to come talk to me, give me anything, period. Nobody asked you to come by, right? So if you came by, right, that's on you, man. If we just start from that point right there, the fact that I'm intruding upon somebody else's life, right? That's somebody else's life. I can't remove their dignity and their choice. And it might not look like that to that person when you give them that cheeseburger, but on some conscious level, if I'm making the decision for you that, hey, I'm giving you this so you don't do no drugs. And how do we even know they do drugs? I know some people are real visible about the shit.
No, we don't.
But I think what happens is we just assume that all homeless people are on drugs, or all homeless people are winos, and all homeless people do this and all homeless people do that. And then we don't end up helping anybody. And then we don't end up treating anybody as people. Even when you volunteer in some shelters, people have that mentality and they treat people that are 40, 50 years old as if they're children. They don't know any better. And so therefore, because you can't get your shit together, you all of a sudden are the one that needs me to help you and tell you what it is you need to know for your life. And that's not true. Because
Logan, I'm not going to lie. Life, no, I get you. I'm not going to lie. There's a way that I think we have to go about it. Yes. But in general, if you get to that point, that's how I feel. I agree. You aren't in control of your life. You need somebody to literally tell you, because you're making choices that are a detriment to you.
That's not true. But that's we talk about
the homeless person addicted.
No. I'm saying that because a person is homeless, period, does not mean that they made choices that led them there. And even with addiction, that doesn't always mean you made choices that led you to addiction. There's so many people there's so many people that are addicted to things that
I get you, but I just disagree.
I
just disagree on some level. I disagree on some level. You used your volitional will, and either you made some choices or something happened to you. Because I agree that could happen.
That's not true. People get addicted to drugs because their parents are into drugs, and their parents made them do drugs when they were younger than they should. So that happens all the time. And then those people, then what am I supposed to say for that person that's on the street? And then I'm supposed to make choices for that person, all this and that. No,
that person, especially the person who was
dirty. The
person who was forced by their parent. The person who was forced by their parents is now addicted. Who literally never even had the chance to make their own choice. Yeah. You're gonna tell me you're not gonna try to make the choice to help that person get back to a place where they can make their own choices?
Not if that person's 30 now. No.
All right. That's what I'm saying. I disagree with you.
Like a grown ass person.
Because if we want to help that person, like one, if there has to be a point where we are making the choices, it's not in the purpose of always making that person's choices.
I see what we're saying. Because
it's in the purpose of getting them back to making their own.
We're talking about something
positively.
We're talking about something in a macro sense when it's a micro thing. Walking down the street, seeing Billy the homeless dude, and dropping a 10 spot is not the same thing as helping that person. I'm gonna say it like that. Like,
I agree to that. I said that.
Okay, hold on. So what I mean is, like, okay, we agree there. But it's walking down the street, seeing Billy the homeless person and dropping a cheeseburger in his hat is the same thing as not helping him.
No. But so here's the thing. Here's my thing.
Well, let me explain what I mean by that very out there statement. Is that I'm walking in the street. I don't know you. I'm just passing by. Drop a little something for you, right? That's like I gave a gift to somebody. It's not help per se when we're talking about your homeless condition. That 10 spot today is such a microcosm of your entire life as you're spending it right now. Whether you eat that cheeseburger, you spend that 10 spot, that's going to be evaporated within minutes, and you won't even think about it 2 weeks from now, because homelessness is not just day to day. That shit is lifestyle, unfortunately. Yeah. So like that little bit of your day is not affecting your day in that way. When we're talking about helping people, you're right. We have to talk about services. We have to talk about rehab. We have to talk about all these different things. But that's not what we're talking about when we're talking about just dropping something by somebody on the street. And I think that's where I kind of be like, no, you should give people money but you should let them have that choice, because that little part of their day is so small that it's not really, that's not the part that's like keeping them addicted to drugs or breaking them out of drugs. Dropping a cheeseburger is not going to get them unaddicted. So you're not helping them not be addicted to drugs.
No, look, I mean, but that isn't the main, in the micro sense to take it down. Like, I definitely get that. So, but that's not how we approach the homeless person. So for instance, if I'm coming across the street and you're like, oh, dropping the 10 spot or dropping the cheeseburger, of course not. Now it's my choice to what I'm going to give, but it's also his choice to what he wants to ask for. So if I met Billy and Billy was like, hey, could you help me out? I'm going to tell Billy what I feel comfortable helping them out with. Now, because that is my choice. What Billy wants is his choice, of course. Now, Billy's like, yo, could you help me out? You know, I want a 5 spot. Sadly for Billy, when he asked me for that, I'm going to tell him no.
Then we should understand that interaction as a transaction then. Because that's what it is. Because it's not help anymore, it's a transaction. No, because you're saying, because it's just like when I go to the counter and I'll tell you what I'm comfortable paying, and you say, well, this is what you can get for your $5.
No, so but that's you at a counter, not you talking to a homeless person. And those are two different things.
Because what you're doing with the homeless person. There's still 2
different things.
No, it's not, because what you're doing with that homeless person is now you're using them as a commodity for your emotions. Because what you're telling. Which you are. Yes, you are, because you told...
I explained this. If I give him money, he could potentially do drugs, and that's not okay with me. I'm not going to help you make yourself worse. And I said that. I'm going to stand by it.
You said to Billy... No, you're saying to this person's face that like, hey, I will give you what you want, but only if it's what I'm comfortable with giving you. That's a transaction.
Nah, not in that instance, because we're talking about homeless people. I'm sorry.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Because when you say that, because we're talking about homeless people, that's exactly what I mean. Because what is a homeless person? A person is a person. So that's what I mean. It can't be a distinction about what type of person you are, and then that determines whether or not I'm going to give you the money like that.
But it's not about what kind of person you are.
When your only crime is being homeless.
No, so that's not the thing, because it's not about the person you are at all. It's about the potential of what you can do in your current state.
How many of the people you know do drugs?
A lot.
How many of them you wouldn't give them $10?
How many of them are homeless?
Wait, no. Wait, stop. Wait, stop. Give me a second. Because
but how many of them are homeless?
Don't say that yet.
Okay, you sure? Because that's all there is to it.
No, it's not all there is.
Okay, well, go ahead.
How many people you know are on drugs right now?
Wait. Do you mean addicted to drugs or just do it? Because there's a difference.
How do you know if they're addicted or not? They're
I
doing drugs.
But I might know. They might told me. But like, would it rather
they're
be a friend
drugs.
who was addicted?
They're doing drugs. How
Plenty.
many people you know are doing drugs?
Plenty.
Okay. So knowing that we can't know who's addicted or who's not, because you're not with them all the time. You don't know what's going on in their personal life like that. I don't know. Maybe for some of them, but like for all of them, I don't know. I don't think so. But out of all of them, how many of them would you not like just give $10 to if they're like, hey, I'm a little short today. Can you I'll give it back.
A little short today. I'll give it back.
Yeah, that's what they said.
I guess it depends. Well, not really. If I can, I'll be like, yeah, if you're going to get it back to me, depending on what's it for. But I would ask and be like, what's it for? And if my friend was like, oh, why you got to be like that? I'd be like, what you mean? You're asking me for money. I was just interested. I was just curious. And the reason I'm really curious is because I do want to know, is it for your betterment or for your detriment? And if it was for your detriment, I'd probably say no.
So you feel like you should just be making choices for anybody?
I'm not making choices for them. I'm making my choice. They asked me. They asked me, right?
You got to own up to that a little bit because
no, Logan. They asked me. I get to decide what I choose.
You. If you're making the determination,
still get to choose if I'm going to or not.
You do. You're right.
And
you do,
of course. And based on what I'm seeing,
you get to choose who you give your money to. I'm not disputing that. But what I'm saying is the reasoning behind who you get to give your money to. You're kind of saying is like it depends on if it fits with your moral compass.
I treat it accordingly in one sense, and especially with the homeless example. But on this example, even with the friend, if I was curious and I was like, hey, what's it for? And they were like, yeah, man, I just need a little something. And it turned out one of my friends was like, oh, I'm not telling a real story. That sounded like I was going to. Yeah. So let's say, for instance, one of my friends was on Molly. And little by little, it started seeming like, yo, man, you had a little bit of a Molly thing. If that friend was coming up to me, was like, yeah, man, I'm a little short on cash. I need 10. I'd be like, bro, why? What you been spending on? And if they're like, well, I be getting into Molly, I'd be like, bro, like that. I've been noticing certain things, your eyes and everything. You haven't been showing up to work. It sounds like you have a serious problem. What's up? What's going on? And then if they told me and they're like, well, I just need the money because I just want the Molly. I'm going to be like, it sounds like you have an issue, bro. And I'm not giving you that money.
Okay. Cool, but you know that person. You just described an interaction where you actually have a real relationship with that person.
Yep. I know that person, and now I've gotten to know that they're hurting themselves through drug abuse, and I'm not going to assist you with that.
But you know that person is my point.
I do.
And so, like, you have an actual relationship with that person, and you have interactions with that person where you know their history, or you know at least good bit of their history.
But so no, back to the homeless person.
That's what I'm going. With the homeless person, you don't know that person. It could be
exactly, Logan. And you're on the side where it's like you don't know that person, so like treat them this way. And I'm on the side where I don't know that person, but I'm seeing the potential for how they can harm themselves.
I think you should treat a stranger with the dignity that it is afforded to a stranger. You can
treat a person with dignity, Logan, and still be able to recognize factors that they're hurting themselves with.
I don't think it's dignified to make choices for other people in that way. That's the same thing.
Well, see, you still think I'm making a person's choice. It's like, no, if like I said, like I'm coming up to the homeless person, I want to talk to them, person to person.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, or a dude came up to me, he's like, yo, could you help me out? I just need a few dollars for such and such. For instance, let's just say, like, dude was like, oh, I just need a few dollars for some food.
I've seen homeless people where they'll ask somebody for some cash or something, and somebody will say like, well, "What are you using for?" And they'll say like, "Fuck you," and then they walk off. Because I get it.
I get that.
I used to look at that and I used to be like, "Wow, that's really fucked up. Why do they say fuck you?" But then like I get a little older and I pay bills myself, and then like I know what it means to like live somewhere and stuff, and like how hard it is and stuff, and I'm like, nah, fuck that person that asked. No,
I get it. That homeless person got
because that's that homeless person's life, and like, what the fuck? I asked you for $5. Why are you in my business about what I'm gonna do with it?
Because
Logan, once it's in my hand, it's my $5.
Yeah, but you got down to actually helping people.
That's what it goes down. That's what it gets down to.
Yeah, but you brought up actually helping people.
No, your money is your money.
But it's not the money till we give it up, right?
That's the same problem we have when we go to work. Is that when we go to work, they want to know what we do with our time.
But it doesn't matter then.
Why doesn't it matter?
Because this person's homeless.
That's fucked up.
I don't care.
I don't think you understand. I don't think you
understand entirely, Logan. I don't think you realize I really don't care.
Yeah, I don't think
this person is homeless, and it's like I'm not gonna sit here and you even brought it up. You like we have to actually help them. So if I gave this person money, and even though like it's out of my mind, I don't know. There is a potential I said
help
person.
them, but I said help.
But Logan, regardless, if I'm gonna actually help them, so if a person comes up and is like, "Yo, I need money for food," why shouldn't I just go actually buy them the food and get them that food rather than taking the chance they could use the money to go buy drugs with? Why?
I don't know how you don't hear yourself.
I hear myself. I don't know how you're not hearing me.
What do you? Okay, say that one more time.
So a homeless person comes and asks me for food and is like, "Yo, hey man, what's up, brother? I'm just hungry. I need a little bit of money for food." And I'm sitting here like, I want to actually help this person. Meaning I want to make sure they get food and water into the system. I don't want to take the chance on them potentially going out and doing drugs again. So why not, instead of just being like, "Hey, here's a quick buck. Now I feel good. You go away." Why wouldn't I just go buy that dude his food and water? Make sure he gets it. He's now thankful. He respected the fact that I was able to say, "Yo, you don't need to do that. I'll just go get it for you." By the way, you want to talk about dignity? I mean, some people can't even do that because they feel undignified.
Let me answer your question before you go on. Right? What if I was the homeless person? I'm asking you for $10 and I said it's for food, and you said, "Well, I'll just go buy the food for you." And I said, "No, don't do that." Right? And I said, "Hold on." I said, "No, I just need $10." What if the problem wasn't that I needed food? And what if the problem wasn't that I needed drugs, but I needed that $10 for something? But I know that there's people in the world who only going to give me that money if they think it's for food.
So you need the $10 for something that isn't food, but you're asking for food?
Yeah.
So now you're lying.
Yes.
So it's
so what the fuck do you want me to do? That's what my question is.
So wait, so we have to treat the homeless person like a person and recognize that we don't like it when people lie, but it's okay for the homeless person to lie now.
Wait, what?
So we have to recognize the homeless person as a person, respect their dignity. You know what I mean? But we don't respect the fact that people lie, but you're telling me this homeless person just said they want money for food. I mean, they want money for something else, but they only thought they could get the money if they asked for food. So now that homeless person's lying to me.
Yeah.
So it's okay that the homeless person lied?
Yeah.
Okay, then I
think we agree. Okay, wait. Okay, listen, I'm being flip. I'm saying yes because this.
I know why you're saying yes. Before you continue, Logan, I hear exactly where you're coming from. Why do you think I'm saying yes then? No, I mean, Logan, you're talking about we have to respect the dignity in people because sometimes that could maybe be inhibiting to get homeless people to feel comfortable asking for the things they need. And I'm
why do you think that is?
But no, I see it,
why do you think that is? Say it's
in terms of the homeless person not feeling good, comfortable, because that's human nature. People have egos. You're homeless. I don't care about your ego.
It's not about the ego all the time.
It's entirely about the ego in this case.
Don't say it's entirely about the ego.
But you're talking about dignity.
Hold on. Slow down.
I was speaking first.
Don't slow. What I'm saying is slow down. Don't say it's entirely about the ego when you don't know what's going on in people's heads all the time.
No, Logan, in this instance, and what you're bringing up, and you're talking about dignity in terms of a homeless person, asking for help and wanting to feel okay and asking for help and not feel ashamed and all that, which I understand, but that's an ego thing. And
let me speak to what I was saying, which is that I said, yes, that's okay for them to lie because.
Which is not.
I say yes, it's okay for them to lie because they live in a world where people are going to question them.
Logan, I understood why you said yes. Don't get me. So, I'm here with you. I hear what you're saying. I don't know
if anybody else didn't understand if I said yes. So I'm speaking to that at least. Okay. Is that I would say yes because yes, if I live in a world where people are only going to give me money if they think I'm going to buy food, and maybe I need socks, maybe I need clothes, maybe I need a shower so I can do a job interview. Maybe I can, and I said all these other things that maybe people haven't regularly heard. And so maybe me telling the truth sounds like a lie. So I say the thing that everybody wants to hear, and I didn't tell you the truth for it. And if you tell me, no, I'm just going to give you a $10 burger, that $10 burger doesn't help me if I needed socks. But I felt like I couldn't tell you socks because a bunch of you motherfuckers keep telling me that I need food. So
that's a very valid point.
This is what I'm trying to talk about when I talk about dignity, is that I would give you the money because of the fact that it's your choice what you're going to do with the money. I don't know you. I don't know what your I don't know what your situation is. And because I don't know what your situation is, I can't make a judgment about that situation.
But it's 11:40.
We got to wrap.
And I meant to be out here like 11:15.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Let's get out of this show. Do you have anything you want to leave the people with?
Let's see. What did we talk about today on this one, kids? Defend yourself. And yeah, man, treat everybody with respect and dignity and love.
I like that.
Mitchell out.
I'm going to go ahead and wrap the show up. I'm going to say we're still doing the thing where, like, if you have art or music or anything you want to share with us, share it at, send it to themilkandtoast@gmail.com. We'll scour through it. I'm trying to wrap the show up really quick. I'm sorry. What else do I usually say?
The art thing?
Oh yeah, I just said the art thing.
Oh, I didn't catch it. All right.
Okay. I
don't think there was anything more.
Yeah. You should follow us on Spotify, follow us on iTunes, follow us on Google Podcasts, follow us on all your podcasting services. Share the show. If you agree with us, if you hate us, if you love us, share it anyways. Share it amongst your friends. The show is to be shared and talked about, and leave comments in comment sections and all that good stuff. This is episode 7 of the Milk and Toast podcast.
Baby.
Say bye to the people, Mitch.
Bye-bye.
I'm your host, Logan, and this has been the Milk and Toast podcast, and